Howdy, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully fantastic. I hope you're enjoying your evening away from Phil, which is weird because I'll be discussing Phil, eh? What's everyone doing coming in here saying hello, Jew? I heard that DSP got some new merch. I assume that's on one of them, right? I don't know. I feel like you could actually do that in a way that wasn't super insulting. Like you just put a picture of a Jewish dude kind of waving and it says hello, Jew. I mean, maybe. I don't know. And then it says DSP Gaming underneath it. Never mind. That might actually be too funny for him, or at least too clever. People would think it's probably something suspicious, though. But no, it's just hello, Jewish man. How you doing? That's it. Don't think that DSP had any other meaning behind it. All right, that's a common misconception. But I'm catching up with the guy because he had been on a wild tear this weekend. Apparently, he did hit some of his most intense begging of all time. I'm not going to cover that per se. I'll probably cover it maybe tomorrow before the stream, before the restream anyway. But I wanted to cover one of the interviews that Joon did. I I watched the Joon interview with that being said. It was very informative, and it's really goes to show how different Joon the King was around them versus around Phil. And I think it really has something to do with how he didn't want to hurt Phil's feelings. And I don't think it's a matter of respect, but more a matter of confusion. You're always walking on eggshells with Phil. And it's not because you care about his feelings, but it's more that you just don't want to have to deal with the fallout from Phil. But hello you, but it's, no, he wouldn't be able to get behind that. So he was able to joke around and goof around with it, and they were discussing the different things that they had wished was in there. But very, very informative. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the entire thing. It's pretty long, and it's really good, and you should just watch it for yourself if you hadn't already. But I will be watching the proper Agent Proper interview with Joon the King. Big ups to Agent Proper, always locking it in. You missed Astrobot on Saturday. DSP went too toxic on Astrobot. Reminds me of the old days. Old DSP. Yeah, I saw that clip, and it was on Scrub Quotes on Twitter. DSP's meltdown about that game. He really, I mean, it goes without saying, he can't change as a person because his first instinct whenever something doesn't go according to plan perfectly is the game sucks. It can't be, maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I'm doing things badly. Maybe I'm mistiming something. Maybe I haven't been paying attention. Maybe it is an actual bug and it will go away next time. Maybe. DSP's first thought, no, people are cheating me and making bad games. Jeez, dude. But yeah, I saw that and it got put on Scrub Quotes, which is super funny to me. How's it going, Vega? Big ups. Vega's hooking me up with game recommendations again.
Above us.
This No Sun to Worship game looks pretty sweet. The baby PS5 made the baby PS5 game made him mad. Yeah. And this is the dude who had such trouble with Kirby Souls. I bet you could make a compilation of games that DSP flipped out on that were specifically marketed towards children. I feel like that'd be pretty fun. And he's had some of his most explosive meltdowns about games that were designed for children. We had Legend of Zelda. Dude was going nuclear. Anyway. So we're gonna cover Agent Proper, and I'm also gonna cover the LTG stuff that he's apparently LTG's done with it. He's done discussing it, but he's been done discussing lots of things, and he keeps bringing it up, very much like the guy himself. So we'll see the newest addition to that. But let's get into the Agent Proper interview with Joon the King. Big ups again, Agent Proper. Secret Lair Miku third set has already featured all Planeswalkers. Wait, hold up. Where's it at? I have to verify this. Miku Secret Lair 3. Oh shit. That's not Secret Lair 3. Maybe I'll look into this later. Let's go to Proper.
Oh boy, Chad.
There he is.
I hope you're ready. Because we're just going to get right into it. Because somebody was telling lies. We're just going to get right to it. Jump right in. I'm going to pull them up right here real quick like for you.
Yeah, this is professional content.
June,
DSP
are
wishes
you
he could do
ready
this.
to do this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this, chat. Let's get right to it.
It's on MTG Shenanigans chat. All right, I'll check it out.
Just minimize this.
No, I haven't watched that yet. The DSP talking about. I will sum up basically my thesis of the DSP leg thing is that when I saw his legs, I don't think he's necessarily faking it. But what I think is happening is that he doesn't quite get that that's not necessarily healthy. Because DSP and I both have the same legs when it comes to the bottom section of the leg. And mine also is pretty muscular in that exact same spot. The problem is that he doesn't realize that that's the muscle that really develops when you're fat. Is that's the move my fat ass around muscle. So DSP has that area kind of defined, but it's not because he's in good shape, but because his body needs that area to be developed. And then you kind of see the rest of his leg is very, very lean. Again, he's got fat guy legs. That's not the same, Phil. That's not definition. That's not build. Wait, what happened?
My Discord. Cool.
Ah, shit, it all fell apart again.
We'll load my window here.
How's it going,
I
Armored
lost
Cereal?
it when I changed windows, so there we go. You should be up now. I got the chat.
All right, cool.
there. Perfect.
Wait, it's not as bright in his room.
How was
You
your
took out
day
the
after
window.
interview? Did you have a good one? Hit the gym? Did some nonsense?
Yeah, no, I had a good one. So I did more work on Medicare. Did some more, like, I watched some more of his streams. Went to the gym. Came back, more Medicare, and I'm here now. So, I took a shower.
Oh,
It says this guy doesn't shower
Just
or
need to make sure.
work out.
Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure.
Now, how was the interview with Phil earlier?
I think it was fine. You know what I mean? Like, it felt pretty, like, chill, and, like, I don't think anything, like, intense was asked. I guess, as you said, it was cordial, so, it went, okay, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen the reaction yet.
Okay. Do you think he was a little long-winded in some of these questions that he brought up to you? It seemed like they looped back around.
Hey, I already noticed something kind of fun here.
Questions.
I don't know. I haven't seen the reaction
Look at the
yet.
corners of his mouth
Do you
rise
think he
as the
was
question
a little
test.
long-winded in some of these questions that he brought up to you? They
There he
seemed
goes.
like they looped back around a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Phil, though. Like, Phil does, maybe it's like something he picked up, like, from streaming for so long, is he tends to just go on and on and on. And I really do think that's, like, just something picked up from, like, having to entertain for 8 hours. But yeah, those the questions were definitely very
Yes,
long.
100%,
Yeah.
Heather.
Now, it's
June does strike me. I want to kind of touch up on what I said the other day, that he's more of a tourist and hasn't done, like, served the time with DSP. I want to be careful with that because that sounds really disrespectful. No, June put in a lot of research, but it's more that, it's kind of like, you can research penguins all day. You really can. But until you're there watching them daily, you don't fully grasp how they work. You have a good understanding. Like, not gonna lie, this guy's at 99%, but that extra 1% just comes from being exposed to Phil for so long, so that you can pretty much predict what he's going to say before he says it. But I think that June did a very good job, without that 1%, which is still fine. But the thing that I'm going with why that 1% is kind of crucial is that June still has this kind of weird semi-respect from Phil. And that goes away when that 1% is fully completed. You don't have any respect remaining for Phil because you realize just how much of an unfathomable shithead he is.
very rare for people to interview or interact with Phil or touch the vortex, as we call it, any which way. How was it interacting here in the vortex?
Like, overall, like,
Definitely
the
lame.
process of research, I'd say, like, not that bad.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, a lot of these guys are just, like, regular people, you know what I mean? Like, it gets a reputation because it's online and it has a lot of trolls, but at the end of the day, it's just regular people that, like, have a hobby, I guess. There are your crazies
DSP
that,
stream
like,
today, Trinity
really
Volta.
latch
No, I
on
didn't
to
watch it all.
theories, and
I caught
I mean,
about,
I'm sure you
like,
picture a few people in your head whenever
total
you, like,
5
whenever I
minutes
say
off
this
of
that
Twitter, but no, I didn't
really
watch it.
take things, like, really intensely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are definitely some people who are a little too
I heard that he was
serious
begging
here.
his ass off, though.
Yeah, but, like,
Or
the people who
Sunday, anyway.
really focus on the entertainment, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're, like, pretty chill.
Okay, good. So overall, pretty good experience.
And today he just
The
talked about his
tactic
legs
side,
for an
Phil
hour.
side?
Yeah, like, the most I ever see are, like, I guess, insults or whatever, like, things that are just, like, like, you'd expect anywhere, right? It's just,
Yeah.
and so it, it's intense, but overall, like, pretty chill, I guess.
So are you happy you're kind of doing your exit interviews here, kind of leaving the vortex?
Oh,
Is it a
bro,
good time
God,
to get out
yes,
of here?
man. Like,
Okay.
Yes, I saw our material. Big
chill,
ops,
intense,
man.
whatever it is. There's always something going on, and I don't want to be a focus of this place for like very long. It's cool to interact and do these streams and such, but yeah, like I'm ready to move on to like the next videos and such, right? See, get
I was thinking about this concept of being a tourist to the Snortex, and I thought in some ways that it's something you can't really do. You can't really do. You have to commit or not. But then the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I'm actually also quite a bit of a tourist to a lot of things as well. Um, there's a lot of fandoms that I just can't get into. For example, Star Trek, and honestly, to a large extent, Star Wars. I can watch them every once in a while, but I cannot get into the big ass lore of it, especially Star Wars now that they deleted everything and everything's meaningless. But Star Trek, I can't tell you who Spock's mother's, favorite barber was. I can't tell you that. So to expect me to do that's a little outlandish. And I guess in some ways it's likewise with June. You can't just expect him to stay here.
more reaction from those, I guess.
So
Yeah,
you
I
want to have him
mean,
here
conquer a
forever.
new horizon, I guess, a new journey.
Exactly, like Doctor Disrespect, Lily Orchard, and Medicare. Yeah.
Dr.
Which one of
Disrespect's
three
on the
are you
way up, dude.
most
He's getting his
interested in
redemption
right
run
now?
too.
I think Medicare.
Uh-huh.
I've never really like done a video like him. You know what I mean? Because I feel like most of the
I
videos
need
I
to
do
see it,
about
Filth
like
Pig.
are on people that are more so incompetent. I guess not really Doctor Disrespect because his is a whole different thing. I felt like, well, on Medicare, right? He definitely like lives the life he wants
Yeah,
to
it's true,
live, right?
Timothy.
He definitely like does everything he wants to, and it's all through his decision. He is in complete control. So for me, it's like harder to like, I guess, dissect some of his decisions just to get into like, I guess, his mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Jim's been around for a long time, from the early days of his aristocrat stuff to what he's doing currently. I mean, avoiding death at this point.
Yeah, and like he'll just never die, man. Never.
I hope not. We'd all miss his laugh. That's for sure. It's probably the
Bro,
best
the
thing he's got.
smoker laugh. Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, the
It's-
cackle, dude.
Oh, it's so good.
Mhm.
Um,
He's got
so
he's got a good
you
sound to it.
you did do a lot of different documentaries on different locales. You know, you did your wings, your boogies, your LTGs. Now Phil. And which one was the most difficult out of any of those four?
Difficult.
Try to put together in an entertaining fashion for what we like to call around here normies.
Fail by far, man. Fail by far. There's so much you like have to like filter out, I guess, because okay, so if I'm trying to show like someone who Phil is, right? You don't really have to show like that over and over and over. So if I am trying to show that like maybe Phil might like, snort every now and then because he has that like nasal drip or whatever, I
Yeah.
really only have to show that like a compilation or address it once. But people like send me clips, hey, keep like he did this here, he did this here. I'm like, bro, like I only have to show these things like once so people can get that picture. Right.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'm following you.
There's like so some of that stuff is like, man, should I include this? Should I include that? Is this a waste of time? There's just so much that like it's hard to figure out the importance of some of these clips and stuff to include, I guess, right?
Something that they brought up on That Being Said interview was that they kept asking June, did you know about this thing? Did you know about this thing? Did you know about this thing? And June, for the most part, said no to almost all of them. And it goes to what June is saying here is that there's so many details about Darkside Phil's story that, or even the Darkside Phil experience, that we all have something that we kind of gravitate to. Super Best Friends put it very well when they were talking about the movie The Room. And they said that every time someone watches the movie The Room, they find something specific about the movie that they think is really weird. Sometimes you have an overlap or a mutual thing, but for the most part, people find in little distinct things. For example, Wooly was said to have been really amused by the ha 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 laugh that he did in the movie. Me, I was drawn to the weirdness that there was 3 sex scenes in the first 15 minutes of the movie. And it's like that with Darkside Phil, where there's little tiny bits of lore that we hold on to because it's particularly funny to us that isn't really necessary for the greater composition of who DSP is. But it's a tragedy that you can't collect all that. Because exactly as Timothy said, you would have a 16, 24-hour long documentary. Because I want to cover like him pointing at the camera or the blurry shit, or DSP drunkenly slurring while gameplay. And he did a little bit of that, but I wanted more of it. Or I wanted moments where Leanna was giving him shit while he was playing games. That's funny to me. Of course, it has nothing to do with really DSP's history. You don't actually need to see the clips of her saying, now this is going to remain a man zone, even though it was really funny. But yeah, exactly. It would be way too long to have a documentary like that. And it also would eventually start wearing out your interest because not everything's funny to every person.
Yeah, now
you've never watched The Room. It's a good
deciding
movie.
What goes on the cutting room floor and what goes into a video like this, do you factor in like the entertainment value, or maybe
I do wish there was more Leanna stuff.
Things, because there were a couple topics there that I didn't see you cover.
Ack,
more
Meth Bear.
They
were with people too, so I don't know. Maybe you had a couple solo runs.
Phil's wife,
the engine run
and her journey through the past few years.
Ack.
So like, so for like Derek and Kat, I'm aware of Derek, right? And Kat. So the reason is because I want to make the primary focus on Phil.
Okay.
Right. The thing about Derek is I believe you sent me those was it the screenshots?
Oh yeah, the upsetting ones.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like the little girl playlist and all the other stuff he was doing on Instagram. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And TikTok.
So I mean, like that is that's pretty. That's some nasty stuff. I mean, but like the thing.
Oh, that's cool, Armored Series.
I only saw that screenshot. I didn't see like a source for it. Like I didn't see like a Wayback Machine, or I didn't see on his channel, right? Yeah. So if I'm gonna like make these accusations or really go after someone like that, I also don't think like Phil should be responsible for this, possible pedophile. Like these people exist in like every audience, I guess.
You're right, but how would you deal with that personally if, say, you were in Phil's shoes and Derek's been a blight on his chat, repeatedly spamming his chat, repeatedly acting out? I mean, Phil himself blocked Derek's Twitter because of the nature of what's on that.
Well, anyone that brings issues my way, I ban. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit, dude. Like,
and I think that's because the pedophile thing, the PDF file antics of Derek is, I feel, half the equation. The other half of the equation is DSP's weird defense of him. And I feel like if Joon wants to make this argument that, he can't really police that kind of thing, there's people like that in every community. Sure, fine. Okay, you want to believe that, which I don't necessarily think that's true. I don't think every community has that. And furthermore, because of the second part of this, you toss him out. And that was the issue, is that DSP would never toss this dude out, ever. He had to have his arm twisted 3 ways to Sunday before he finally begrudgingly threw him out. And that was the issue. That was an additional issue attached to the bigger issue of his search histories. But it's that DSP kept this guy around knowing what he did because he saw it as some sort of victory over the trolls. That shows a character failing on Phil's part at that point. So at that point, it does become about Darkside Phil. Because why would you defend someone like this? Why would you give a person like this special treatment? That his argument that these people exist in every group. I don't know how true that is, but also if they do exist in a group, they don't tend to get special treatment. And Derek did. So that's an additional issue here.
He had to get his arm twisted off by Noel of the Kiwi Farms and Kino Casinos guys just to ban.
How is he the king of gaming when I'm the master of gaming?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I guess like a martial arts master, he still bows to the king.
I'm sure you've had to deal with your fair share of odd people showing up to talk.
Yeah, Phil knew what he is.
I mean, yeah, like there are always in every fan base, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, people deal with these kind of things differently. To me,
he dealt with it wrongly.
I know Derek was wasting his money on Phil, and that to me is a positive.
Well, it's a strange thing because it's really convoluted, but Derek really never spent money on Phil. Sure, he would watch
exactly,
on Twitch to collect bits to donate to Phil, or he was known for taking his mom's credit card at one time to donate to Phil.
Yeah, Derek comment on this, and that thing said was kind of weird.
Yeah, Derek took his mom's credit card, donated to Phil with the money, and then Phil.
Well, what I'm trying to make sense of what Joon is trying to say here. and I'm not really sure I get it here. I guess what he's trying to say is that every community could have people that are into stuff that's dark, but you just don't know about it. To which case, that's kind of like proving a negative. I don't know if I have any murderers who watch me. I can't really make that assumption. I don't know if I have anybody who's into children on my stuff. I can't really prove that because I don't know. But this is a very different case. This guy was outed. He was clearly outed. So Joon's statement that, you don't know what people are into, okay, but we do know. And Phil knows. So that's different.
Just not to do it anymore.
I don't know. I could have a
You kind
cannibal
of
in my chat right now. I don't know.
Deflect the whole idea that this guy took money when he was young, probably about 15,
But as soon as
16,
you guys get
from his
outed
mom
as a
killing
cannibal,
him.
Wait, so
you're going to get banned. Well, that's
I
not
know,
true.
Derek,
We'll have a
wrong.
couple questions to ask
Derek's
first.
been watching Phil since 13. He was in his Facebook group, all sorts of
Oh,
weird
me
stuff.
too, Heather.
yeah, I mean, like that's where it gets kind of weird because it's like
Yeah.
Derek is like to me mentally disabled too.
He is.
And I just he's also like kind of like a private citizen, not really. I don't know. Like
You're a murmurer.
there's so many
That's okay, me
dangers in
too.
covering like this person and bringing it up. It's not really relevant to Phil, only to the people who have been watching him for that long. I
That's
guess.
not
It's
entirely
just-
true, June.
Yeah.
Without the full picture, how do you handle that person? You know what I mean? Like
That's
it's
the
just better to
only-
like not to.
Yeah, that's fair,
Huh?
especially when you're trying to put a very
What the hell are you talking
story-driven
about, Matt?
video
Matt Bear?
together that encompasses 16 years.
What's
of
all this
somebody's
then?
existence online.
Yeah, and also you also asked
The
about
only
like
Dutch I
Kat.
know, Club Vander.
I don't know what I would include.
Was that one of his comments
about
he said?
Kat. She seems
Derek's?
like very uninteractive, I guess.
For the most part, she
That's a
doesn't wanna be
nice way to
involved
say
as far as I can
catatonic.
tell. I mean,
Yeah.
they did a
Catatonic.
couple streams. He got ahead of Mike Klum at one point early in that cycle before dumping the Klum doc.
Hey, DSP, do you think
And
that
they kind of
child
revealed
abductor
Kat
should have gotten
and
off
had
with a
her come back
warning?
for the first time in 5 years, and she was a little more heavy set, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, like overall, like Kat seems kind of like more innocent in this. I don't want to like bring
No,
her
she shit on us,
or even,
though.
like it just seems a bit like disrespectful to analyze her whenever she doesn't want to be like online. I feel I just didn't want to do that. I
Do you-
guess.
Do you think she's involved with this at all?
Yeah, how can you really be
Do you
reformed?
think that
talks
she's
about?
aware of Phil's lies, even if they're the little white lies? Like he promised her.
No,
not to
absolutely
spend
not,
any more
Frosty
money
Beats.
on WWE champions or mobile games.
I really don't know. Like
Okay, so that raises an interesting question. What exactly is Kat's guilt? Because I do make fun of Kat. I do make fun of her. I think I don't necessarily make fun of her as a person, but I more make fun of her as a character. Because I don't really know her as a person. And honestly, her history is pretty sad. It's pretty depressing when you really think about it. And a lot of her behaviors make sense from the context of she never really had the stable home environment. So the whole thing about her cheating and whatnot, if she really thought that it was an upgrade to her life, I mean, can I really frankly blame her that much? No, not really. And it's not like she was married to the dude. If she's married to the dude, it's a different story. But if you're with just some scumbag and there's an upgrade and you have no attachment to the scumbag, why wouldn't you move on to that? But then you also say, well, she should have broken up with him and did all this. I don't know their dynamics. I don't know. I don't know if he's the kind of guy who would flip out if that happened or something. So on that end, I can't fully blame her. I understand where she's coming with that. But I still find that there's two main reasons why I don't like Kat. And that is, one, is that DSP kind of makes it his effort to not make you not like her. And how that works is through his begging and his stories. Kat is never a character that is really productive and constructive. She is more often a force of destruction in DSP's story. She's breaking things, she's flooding things, she's doing things incorrectly. She doesn't know how to load a dishwasher or washing machine properly. So according to DSP's narratives, I shouldn't like her because she's a problem. But the other thing is that Kat has had moments where she lashes out at people needlessly. And not necessarily like DSP does, but like she was pointing people out to get banned. She was tattling on Phil that people in chat need to be banned. I just think that shows negative character in a lot of ways. And then also DSP has to announce it, so he also still tries to make you dislike her. It all goes back to Phil. Phil's the master of the narrative. And DSP's narrative is that Kat sucks. So then when people are, well, mostly DSP, when he gets defensive about Kat, I get a little confused because, buddy, you were the one shitting on her this whole time.
I don't know. He doesn't really talk about
Choosing to
her that
marry a
often.
man with
I
Phil's
don't see them
digital
having
footprint.
conversations.
Yeah,
But for
I
what
wouldn't.
I think,
I think
there
I
has
wouldn't
to be
say
some
it was
kind of
really
like
an upgrade.
conversation, right? Because I'm
I
forward with like my partner.
It's
where,
true,
like,
Heather.
things are like
Yeah,
so.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
This guy
like
had some IP2 in his name and
I
was
don't
speaking
know.
Dutch.
I
Didn't know if
feel
I
like
had
he
thrown him
is
out.
to an
He seemed
extent,
cool
but
despite
it's
being
hard to
Dutch.
really speculate
Oh,
without
yeah.
like any information.
sure it was
that
Dutch
goes
first,
off
that the guy.
like, between them, I guess, right? Like I don't know.
Do you think Phil's life online really kind of impacted his own personal social growth
Absolutely,
at this
100%.
point?
That's an
I
easy
think it does
question.
to everyone. Like
The current DSP is close to
if
Twitch
you
field. No,
go
I would agree.
online
So
and you kind of like build a fan base. There's this saying that I'm not sure like how much I believe in it, but it's like the age you become famous, whatever is the age you stop like growing like as a person.
I
And I
feel that's
think what that
mostly the
refers
case.
to is like
If
maybe the
June's acting
interaction
like
with
Phil had
fans.
no
It's
idea
like
about Derek
why
when Phil
change if
himself
you're
said he
being
knew
like
about Derek for years but never banned him. Yeah,
if
I
you're
feel
being
like June's
fed
just
such
really
dopamine and like
having some bad
acceptance, which
optics
I do
here.
think Phil has changed. I do think he has become less aggressive over the years. I do see that change.
Okay.
DSP?
How else do you think Phil changed? Do you
I don't think that's
that
true.
his current redemption arc has any merit to it, or is that as much bunk as you've said?
And I don't think so. I think that DSP hasn't really, well, he has had a lot of things that he stopped or decreased doing. But I think that a lot of things that DSP did that were horrible and negative have more transmuted than completely subtracted or gained. For example, when DSP was screaming at people on the internet back in the day, I almost like when I go back and watch those videos, that just kind of seems rather normal for the internet. As, we would all just yell at each other to some extent. Now, DSP always made no sense because he had no justification for his yelling, but the intensity didn't seem that outrageous. But I feel that as time has gone on, his anger has turned more into a cold bitterness. And that cold bitterness, I feel, hits with a lot more impact than DSP's flip outs of the past. Because flip outs of the past, you'd say something like, suck my balls and lick my taint, get banned 3 ways to Sunday, and all that kind of shit. But now he's just, you're mentally ill. You need to have the white coats come get you, all this and that. I feel like that's much more direct attack than what he did before. Yeah, and he is passive aggressive, so he does different mechanisms with it. Cat is the only victim, maybe. I feel like Jade's a victim.
I mean, I think he's understanding how to curtail
like 1850 slime.
His streams
that many
to be
increments of
entertaining
slime
to a wider audience, right? He's trying to engage more in drama, which will reach new people, but it's also like a very dangerous game to play, which is why I don't like playing it, I guess.
Exactly, Lama.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to attract more and more different dramas and different people to show up if he continues down this route. I mean,
I think that DSP was kind of hurt. One of the first couple times he brought Cat on, the very beginning, he got a little bothered, apparently, that Cat laughed at something that was kind of making fun of him. And I think that he probably had a talking to her afterwards and kind of set a different narrative that these people are destructive and toxic. Please never laugh at what they say. Even though she admitted it was funny. So I think that's where the ghost story really kicked in.
Ethan Ralph's just one of them currently.
Imagine your internet cable being swallowed.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
I saw
DSP's got
those
2
tweets.
business lines.
That's quite the game to play, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But it's
just don't know if
funny.
it's the right game for Phil to play currently. I mean, he seems to have,
He's not qualified to
vacated his
fight
old fan base
people
to pick
online.
up and run with the guys from Kino Casino during this whole redemption idea.
Yeah, comedy's illegal.
Did he vacate?
Oh, big ups, Asian Proper. Thank you very much for
It
this
just
interview. I'm
seems like
liking it.
he's alienating him more and more to focus in on the drama and not so much more on his bread and butter gameplay.
Oh, the gameplay.
I want to go off what you're saying here, Proper. DSP has had a long history of doing this, and it's kind of some weird cult manipulation antics. And it's DSP's narrative that if you disagree with what I'm doing, or you think that what I'm doing is unwise or unfun or whatever, you were never truly a fan. He feels that if you leave him, you never really loved him, which is sickening, man. That's abusive boyfriend mentality. That's so insecure. It's childish. And so when he's doing this next round of it, because he's done this before, I'm going to do this content where I'm picking fights with Ethan, Ralph, and LTG. And Jade's there saying, hey, man, I'm not really a fan of this. And you've had other people say, I'm not really enjoying this. And so they flee ship. And DSP has already started saying explicitly and implicitly that these people leaving never really liked him. It's crazy to me. Yeah, June's cool.
I guess those fans, I think
he's very
they're
polite.
kind of like just stuck to him. I mean, as long as he keeps streaming, I don't see
Just
those
get a
fans
medicine or something.
really
Give her a pill.
They're just like comfort viewers. You know what I mean? Like if they've been watching him for the past 14 years, why would they stop watching him now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. I mean, I've seen people be there forever and a half, and they'll go nowhere and keep supporting Phil. Phil knows it.
Yeah, once you find some broken people, it's over. Yeah, Jade's betrayer. Exactly. Never loved me.
Now, when Phil finally revealed that he's down from the rafters and that the WWE Champions account finally came up and finally got talked about in reaction to your portion of the video.
Exactly, Lameth.
How do you feel about Phil's addressing of this issue? And
it was terrible.
How do you think he sold that account like he claims to have?
I don't know. Like that's one of the things I can like really only speculate without like much information. He might have not. Like if you lie so much, right? And you lie for like 7 years on something so strange, I guess.
And so intensely. He was saying people needed to be institutionalized.
People are just generally not going to believe you. I don't know what to think. I don't know what the evidence is for it, or like without, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I mean, his current login streak that is, 7 years running pretty much has remained unbroken.
Yes.
Despite him selling it, allegedly.
I guess that is a piece of information. So if he were to sell it, the person would have to like log in the day of, but that might also be one of the benefits because like in most games, the login streak gets like stronger the longer you keep it up. So that could have been like a selling point for the account too.
Maybe.
I mean, it's possible,
but I also just see it as like logistically impossible. I mean, the time that it takes to list it, get it confirmed by the website hosts it, someone makes an offer, and then they buy it. So you're saying all that happened in less than 24 hours? I don't see it. I don't see that happening. Unless DSP was logging into it while it was being sold, which seems kind of irresponsible and probably against their terms of service. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like it would be something that would add up mathematically.
Party accounts usually selling pennies on a dollar, and I think that Phil's account probably he spent about 210,000, maybe more at this point. And I'm just kind of lowball estimating from years of speculative spending on his part.
Wait, do they sell for pennies?
They really, when you invest that much money into them, you're probably getting at most like $300 back.
Is there like a website that sells these accounts? Or I really wonder how to like keep up with the deal.
A few of them, and from what I've looked up, is you have to go through some different channels. You have to like make a fake like Facebook account, transfer it over to that ownership to that Facebook account, and then set it up through the Line app.
When we get into Dale content after this,
various apps to make sure it works on your own phone.
Down from the disposal, very nice.
Okay, yeah, because like I know like with MMOs and such, you can sell those accounts, and
that's what Ellie Roger.
MMOs are like more time investment than like money.
I think Phil didn't sell the account.
Go for like,
look, man, this dude will lie about the weather for no reason. No reason. There was a recent statement on Twitter. I was just kind of lurking, but I'll out myself. Steve of the Dead was saying that he doesn't think DSP is a compulsive liar. He thinks he's more of a manipulative liar, which to me, it's like, well, he's kind of both. But I definitely do think DSP is a compulsive liar. He just lies because he doesn't know how else to communicate. And I think on some level, he knows that his life is very mundane and boring. And the only way to spice it up is to just constantly lie about your life. Because this dude will lie about things such trivial importance. So if you've got a person whose mindset is, I'm going to lie about the weather, why would I trust you? Why? And DSP would say, but that's such a minor thing. But it's not really necessarily a minor thing. It shows a pattern of mindset that your default response is to lie. So when DSP says that he sold his account, no, I don't believe you, Phil. There's lots of reasons why I don't believe you. You refused to sell your figurines because you demanded full price or near full price for figurines. So these were like maybe $400 statues sometimes. I think the Hulk one was $400 or something like that. And he was wanting $395 for it. Insane, outrageous. No one's going to pay for that. Especially a used one that's been out of the box. No. So you're telling me that you sold this account that you spent thousands and thousands of dollars on for hundreds of dollars. No way in hell. DSP, he is, I guess, not necessarily greedy in that particular case. He's more like he doesn't believe that costs should depreciate, but unfortunately, that's just how the real world works. And then the other thing with this whole sold the account thing is that this is very distinctly DSP. No, it's actually very distinctly Lolcow. Is that if you go with his narrative that he sold his account, it actually makes him more dumb. Because he sold the account for next to nothing, at least compared to how much he paid for it, and started a new account and started spending money on it. That's stupid, Phil. That's more stupid than if you had just kept it. So it kind of goes along with the whole lying thing, is that he doesn't do the math on his lies. He doesn't calculate, and that shows that he's a bad liar. Because if you're going to be a liar, you have to do the math on your lie and see, do I look better with this lie? And he thinks he looks better with this lie, but he actually looks far more dumb. So that's why I think it's a lie. He didn't think it through.
Thousands of dollars. I really don't know like what it is on the
Thank you, Lackey Bracky.
mobile space. This is something that like I
probably
know
won't watch
more will
the
come out in
Snort Burnell
future,
stuff
right? I think
today,
there'll be,
but I'll
like,
probably
more
catch
of
up
a
on it
closer
tomorrow.
answer to whether it is he did or didn't sell, because people in
He's
this
so happy to
community
buy
are
$100
like
packs of Mansions, man. He's triple
they'll never
smurfing.
stop like looking more and more into things, right? That's kind of like part of it.
I think that's definitely part of it, especially
Definitely.
after you get a little more truth to it, and you finally get an answer that yes, Phil has currently lied to his fan base and lied to everybody else to this point. You know, why would he stop lying?
Yeah, but that's also like a careful game to play, because you don't always want to. At least like whenever you're making a video, I'm not saying like a person, like, you know, like as a viewer, but whenever you're like making a video, you do want to be careful, even if a person has like such a poor reputation, because if you get such a serious thing wrong just because like they're a liar and use that like oh, if they lied about like something in the past, it can really like damage, like, let's say like your credibility, right? But as for a viewer, I completely understand it, like that line of thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Phil lost some of his fan base from actually coming clean for once?
No.
Yes, I do.
Really?
Now, do you
Maybe
think
one
this
or two
has overall
people.
more repercussion in the future for him down the road, or is this him getting it off his chest and it'll eventually drop like most people have told him?
It depends how he handles it in the future, right? If
Oh,
he
so
really does somehow like become like the master of like managing drama and bringing people to his streams, and I think
I think he was talking about his own
about the
credibility.
WWE
June's.
Championships, even though
I'm
there are
understanding it
elements
correctly.
around it that are like more serious, like the taxes, right? I don't think that's going to be
Unless I
ever
misheard.
like let
I
go
shouldn't
of
say- I
you know,
shouldn't be
elements
so,
around it. But for the WWE
intense.
thing, I think going forward, that is possibly better for him, because
I think so,
it
Toxic.
allows things to move forward in the film sphere.
Yeah, and it's also goes along with now that DSP can contextualize it as, I came clean about this thing. I sold the account. So you're actually being the jerk for bringing it back up. It's that emotional manipulation that DSP is kind of gifted with. He's a savant with emotional manipulation. He's a savant at being a cult leader. He's like whenever you meet those kids who have no formal training, but damn, they can play a piano like a boss, even though they never had any formal teaching. DSP was never inducted in any sort of cult or mentored in cult leadership. He's pretty good at it. Likewise with emotional manipulation. What he wants to do here is basically make you look stupid for continuing to bring up this WWE Champions thing, because I already owned up to it. You're the person who can't let this go. No, 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 no. It's DSP. It's not about letting go. I don't believe you. If I believed you, maybe letting go would be an option. I don't believe you, Phil. That's the difference.
Okay. Now, when Phil compares himself to other
Yeah, not many had to be.
locals in the way that he doesn't want to be one or assumes that he shouldn't be one, for example,
He missed the
earlier
standard
today,
of your- yeah.
you guys brought up Wings, and you said that Wings has a good heart. He just kind of plays dumb. You know,
Eh,
No, I think he is dumb. Not plays dumb, but yeah. Sorry, go
that's
ahead.
fair. Yeah, all for it. But I really don't like trolling Wings. I think he's kind of a pathetic guy. He just
yeah, he's
stuck his
kind of more of a
legs, can't
loser
get
than
out of
anything.
it. But
Well,
how do
they're
you
all
perceive
losers, but
Phil
more.
at this point in time? I mean,
I find him to be the most consistent in I guess habit, like consistent overall, just unchanging. I don't know, like he changes, but like the changes aren't significant because he always fires up a stream like what is it, 6 days a week? He
Yeah.
is superbly consistent. He just like glides through life. In that, I think he is different from like let's say Wings or Boogie, right? Like they have like manic episodes or something like that really derails their life, and they just become like the ire of the internet for a bit. Like Phil just has this
It's true,
straight
Jimmy.
line that just never ends, and I just don't know if he can detach ever. So
Can I tell you guys just like a little confession of mine? It always kind of bothers me that DSP and Wings are always equated before DSP and LTG. And it's kind of just it's a personal thing. It's definitely a personal thing. I can't ever really be mad at a person for this. But it frustrates me because guys, no. I promise you, DSP and Dale have more in common than DSP and any other locale. DSP and Dale might as well be the same person. You know, it's probably why Dale keeps doing this little skit where he keeps raising the price because they're the same guy. Yeah, how are you going to do that? How are you going to have the same actor play both of the dudes in the room at the same time? I guess once they get some editing software, they can figure it out.
your question was like how I see him right now, right? As a
yeah.
So I do see him as one, but I see him as a consistent one where he definitely has more control than his contemporaries.
So you see him as more controlling, as in over his chat, or as in self control?
Self control is a
Yeah.
hard one.
Yeah, it's not self control.
Right? But I see him as definitely like smarter in some ways, more manipulative, like more effectively manipulative, if that makes sense.
It pretty much into
I think
dig.
it does.
Like Boogie might like be on Twitter and he'll be like, oh hey guys, I'm changing for the better. I'll you know, like the next month I won't do anything bad. I won't like whatever. And then like a day later he just flips and goes like really
Yeah.
haywire. Right. I just,
Yeah.
yeah. Whereas Phil will like genuinely have these arcs and stay his course for a period before something inspires like some smaller change.
Yeah, DSP does take a little bit longer to derail
Okay.
than some of the other locales.
Now, when we get past
Yeah, Lay,
this
someone
and
commented
you
as well.
finally get a break away from all of this and you finally get a rest, do you ever think you'll come back in the future?
I hope so. I hope
If
it does.
people want it, I mean, yeah, like I do make follow-up videos and whatever, and if Phil wants to be part of it again, like sure that could be cool. But I think there's always like a opportunity for a second video with these people. You know what I mean? Like it could be like harder the more I like interact with them and such, and like build like I guess.
Is that what
a
you're
back and
using here,
forth
Agent
that makes it
Proper?
a bit like strange, but there's always an opportunity for a part two.
Okay. Now, when making this one, what was your biggest asset, your biggest tool that you went back to? You had like Pig Go you highlighted. I think you highlighted my boy Piece of Pieces spreadsheet. Maybe an insider detractor who might know more lore than me, or anybody else you talk to, like TJ Gamebox. Like,
I think TJ. So the thing about TJ is
I want to interrupt June real quick here. Jimmy, are you asking the DSP ever debunked us? No, DSP's never spoken to me ever. He has never even invoked my name. And it's not really a matter of ego for me because I know I'm kind of more on the lower end of the detractorverse, and that's fine. I'm fine here at level 1. But no, He has blocked me on Twitter though, and I never said a word to him ever. I never even tagged him in a message. I just went to his channel one time and found that I was banned. Likewise on his YouTube, I have commented under my name on his YouTube once, and he didn't ban me. However, my sock accounts, he has banned every single sock account I've ever spoken his chat with. But that's about it. And answer to your question, Lay, someone did post a comment on one of DSP's videos. I believe it's the one where he announced that he was on WWE Champions, and they said that they didn't want to watch Phil anymore.
His interview was like amazing, man. Like the way he presented like the information
Yeah, TJ
in such a, like,
Gamebox kicked
concise
ass on
and
that.
understandable way. The amount of receipts that he had, because talking to a lot of people, they just like, oh, Phil did this. I'm like, oh, well, do you have the source? Like, no, well, he just did it. I'm like, what? Oh, thanks. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. But, you know what I mean? Like, but he was so solid and so on it. A piece of pieces, like, yeah, like all these different resources. It's really hard to pinpoint like one. But I do think like TJ's interview really helped.
It's the only thing I
You know,
kind of envy
bring
about Duty.
that
And I
far
wish he
together
would just
because,
start screaming
a lot
about
of
me
Phil's
one
history
stream.
was kind of like established, where like the WWE champion stuff was like still like an ongoing like investigation kind of deal.
Yeah.
Well, I want to interrupt. I got a stupid little fantasy here. If DSP ever goes on a big ass meltdown and he brings up my name, I'm gonna fire someone, or not fire, hire, the opposite of fire. I'm gonna hire someone to remix his screaming session into a Jet Set Radio Future style track. I want to have, imagine Concept of Love, but he's like saying "fuck Lynn the Deranged." Yes, and I'm gonna listen to that on repeat. I'm gonna blast that from my stereo in the car.
Now, when you're doing this and you're talking to detractors and you're trying to get receipts, and then you go in to talk to Phil's fans, how difficult was it to find Phil fans that wanted to talk?
I like this question.
And how difficult was it to actually convince them to record for your video?
So I definitely did not want to push them to. I had a few like reach out, but the primary like the way I would start that is I had to verify that they are fans and not like trolls trying to like pretend to be
did
fans.
that happen?
Right, so that was a big like cutting people off, and I'm sure there were some like that were fans but just couldn't prove it. Right,
Okay.
so I
Yeah,
find
you
out
kinda
one
don't
way or
wanna
another
prove it.
that they had a connection through Phil, and then once I get to that point, I'd be like, "Are you comfortable with an interview?"
Did they send a picture of their
change
merch?
voice, because I know like people go after these people, like
Yeah.
that's really strange to me. But after that point, I tell them like what it's about. They seem pretty like. Well, once I gave them like what I would do and like laid out my plan for the interview, they seem pretty wanting. The difficulty again was just finding them, right? Once
Well, you can find
talk to them,
Derek.
it's like, okay, this guy wants an interview, got it.
Okay. And it went pretty smooth with those guys. Was it difficult for them to talk about how Phil acts or anything like that? Any rough questions that you were really pushing them for, or did you just want them to talk?
For the most part, I really just wanted to talk. I wanted them to. I think a question that I wanted to like bring forth was the reaction to the WWE champions, and like at this point, like it wasn't 100% definitive, so they still believed it wasn't Phil, and I just wanted to see like kind of like at what point would they ever detach, right? Like these core fans, and a lot of them really did seem stalwart. They really seem like kind people. You know what I mean? Like there was no ill will.
Exactly.
They were definitely like afraid. I felt like just kind of like bad. You know what I mean? Like these guys getting harassed where they latched on to a gaming streamer and they just wanted like they're just interested in the content.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're getting harassed. Like they're getting like yeah. I just feel bad for them. I just feel bad.
I'm kind of curious what exactly method he used to verify that there were DSP fans, because it just seems like something you could never really prove. I mean, people could LARP as a DSP fan and get through the process, I would think. I would think that the only way that they could really convince him is to show that they've been in chat for so many years or that they talk regularly or something. I don't know. I don't really know that proof method. And I joked about it, but yeah, if you hold up DSP merch, you're a fan instantaneously. I don't really understand how that worked. And Joon's kind of right here in that these people, and it's by design. It's by design that a lot of DSP's fans are good-natured people because that's who he gets on board with his stupid-ass narrative. I feel that this doesn't get brought up enough, is that part of DSP's appeal that he holds these people to him is that he gives them this narrative, and it's a very powerful narrative, that it's good versus evil. Phil, while he's not the greatest person in the world, he's not. He's a fallible human. He's made a lot of mistakes. Ooh, PayPal receipts. Yeah, that would work. Yeah. It'd be kind of funny if they sent driver's licenses, like how DSP docs that dude. I hope not. But he sells them on this notion that while he might be a fallible human, he is ultimately a force of good because he's just some guy wanting to have fun and spend time with people, which just seems so innocent, right? And then the other side are these crazy lunatics who watch me and stalk me and make videos and discuss ways that they're going to hurt me and my family and my business. He does a decent job, I suppose, to someone who is less functioning of painting this image of a more or less holy crusade. I don't think you're a scumbag, Jimmy. I barely even know you. But and so I think that decent people who are rather low functioning or less intelligent, they latch on to that. They think, oh, this is someone I should rally behind because he's getting picked on. And it never really occurs to them that sometimes people kind of deserve to be picked on. Not necessarily in the really sadistic sense, but they kind of bring it upon themselves by being just horrible people. And, it's a tragedy they don't see it.
Now, when addressing
Easiest
Phil
system mail
today,
back and
was it
forth from
hard to not
DSP.
call him a
Maybe,
liar?
yeah.
I mean, I did
Hold on, I
call him a
missed
liar
that.
Today,
I just feel bad.
now when addressing Phil today, was it hard to not call him a liar?
Ooh.
I mean, I did call him a liar. Like, we just had like a normal conversation, like I would with anyone, right? I really don't know like malice towards Phil. I think compared to other people like covered or even like men in life, he's just like a guy to me.
Do you think Phil would benefit more from having this kind of interaction that you did with the interview? Kind of just a simple person to person interaction. I don't think he gets that much.
Oh man, like
But
anyone could benefit. Like if you just like go out and talk to people, right? Like like have friends, more like vibrant social life, and just get away from the internet. It can help like anyone, right? Just like different
yeah,
walks of life, because people like I said, there are people in this space, fans, detractors that take things seriously, and that can like, if you're in this environment for a very long time and your only social outlet is this, it's hard to not be like curtail your personality around this.
And something else that kind of adds to this that makes it so different for other people, because Logan was talking about this one time. He was talking about how he, with his life, he doesn't necessarily go out and socialize that much. And he said that he makes it a point to. And I hope I'm not getting your lore wrong here, Logan, if you're listening. He said that he makes more of an effort to socialize because of how important it is. But there's an extra element with DSP where it's not just that he's not getting socialization, it's that he's removed the potential to get socialization that would benefit him. Because of, like I said, the cult leader tactics. He's gotten rid of so many people who are intelligent from his chat. He is a very anti intellectual person. He gets rid of anyone who has more than 4 brain cells because those people with those same brain cells are going to question his behaviors, and he does not want that. So, not to be too mean here, but if you surround yourself with people that you are smarter than, that's actually bad for you. DSP wants to be the smartest person in the room, and he doesn't realize how that's actually kind of a detriment. You want to be someone who's open to, the wisdom, knowledge, and criticism of others. And you can make a lot of accusations about DSP, but he does not want that.
Right? And think like, just if your words are weighted in lead, right? And both people that love you and hate
He
you
just says
treat
it's not
you
as bad as murder. So
with such regard,
yeah,
I
that's
just
that
think it's hard to
frustrates
be
me.
normal. Right? It's
It's hard to
hard
be
to break
normal, and
out.
DSP made it worse.
It's a bad thing.
okay. Do you, like currently Phil, from my eyes, doesn't have any friends, any social outing except for his stream.
No, none.
Do you think that has a bigger impact on him than his fan base does?
No. Oh, you mean fan base? Just
Yeah,
like the people that actually like him.
Yeah, in their social interactions, because you saw the Discord leaks a couple different times, and I'm sure that you saw that Phil pretty much treated his insiders like they were his just organic fan base.
his insider. So well, the question was, which one's like more damaging? I guess like not having like
Not
friends
having
outside of
friends or having.
Oh, where'd he go? Holy shit! How'd you do that? That was spookerific.
Should be back. We should be back. I'm sorry, Friday the 13th has struck.
Nah, you know
We
what?
got
I
clapped
appreciate
by
Agent Proper.
the
I promise you, my
demons,
next statement
the
is not a
court.
criticism. I promise you. I actually really appreciated that you left this in because I have so much imposter syndrome. I have so much imposter syndrome. I have the opposite of what Phil has. Phil is the smartest dude ever. Me, I know I'm dumb as shit, and I mess things up all the time, and I don't know what I'm doing half the time. And so it makes me feel good that there are times when other detractors have these moments where things don't quite work out right. Because I don't know, it feels good, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Demons caught us, but June is patient enough to stay here and stick it out.
Ah, that's good. Feels good.
Sorry about that, June.
It's cool.
Wasn't
Windows
quite
11.
ready for that one.
Toxified
Yeah,
and stupid.
But we should be back up and running. And yeah, I'm not there for now. I don't think my camera wants to come back yet. I'll double check.
Tech
that in
issues
just a
hurt my
second.
brother.
Just wanna make
Who
sure
T?
we're all
I'm sorry.
up and running again. Okay, there we go. We're back. I'm sure June is definitely tired of it, of all the terrible things that have happened to us. And, should get it all
June's
back
face
up
at the
and running. Oh, hold on. Oh, he can't hear me.
June's
Give
very
me
expressive.
chat.
I've noticed.
We'll get this up running.
I think Lay is poor. What are you talking about, Jimmy? It seems kind of harsh.
That's
Look,
weird. It's not reading
You
it.
can make fun of me. I'm poor. I don't make as much money as Phil, and he says it makes me
Oh,
mauled and
no.
cope and seethe.
Here.
It's true.
Let's try that. Hopefully we got you back there.
But I've never really liked that argument that just because someone does something
Can you-
worse,
can
you
you hear
can't
me now?
criticize him. That's so stupid. There doesn't need to be a
still-
threshold to being an asshole to be
We
called
got
an
the
asshole.
blackout style stream. I know you can hear me, chat. We're trying to get through here.
Well, unless someone kills someone, I'll make a shirt
Says
use that
can't
skip.
hear him still, so I'm just gonna disconnect and
I don't want to
reconnect with
skip
him.
anything.
Join
Because, you know,
me.
we might get June hop in here and start
Hopefully
screaming
we'll
slurs.
have a different setting. Apparently, the computer was very mad at me.
I'm reading the chat. Everyone's freaking out. Is this the freaking out chat that DSP is always so
Nope,
concerned
still
about?
nothing.
And chat was losing their minds.
That should
Look at all
be
these
it.
emojis. Holy shit.
I don't know.
People can
Wait.
barely hold on to their
guess
sanity
so.
right now.
We're getting banned. Who knows? Hopefully this is working.
DSP's cackling himself. We won't hear from Agent
Strange.
Proper anymore. Took him out. Cardinals, what are you talking about? Join which show? Oh, I like it. I'm a completionist. I'm kind of a sadist in some ways. It's why it is that I have this medal here. Where's the medal at? This one. Damn it, where'd it go? This one here. Bloop. That's a monument to my sin. Oh, Cardinals. Just send me a DM or an email or something, man. We'll talk it through. I can't promise you anything. I can't actually promise much of anything to anyone because my ground's so shaky. But we can discuss it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Who said that?
One eventually.
I feel like he's trying as hard as he can, Proper.
Okay.
He's a fallible
So
human.
no bee punching. And then what was for dinner tonight? That's usually the other big
Dude, I love this
question.
time. I love how you
Because
asked this
what-
question, H Proper.
What did you have for dinner?
You
tonight?
made me lose my shit when you were
What I have for
asked
dinner.
this before.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. That's kind of like, you know, I don't want to get exposed for what I ate, but
I
Yeah.
understand you got to protect your family.
yeah, man, that's kind of like a personal question, but you know, like between you and me, right?
I definitely wasn't at
Yeah.
Burger King.
Turkey sandwich.
A turkey sandwich?
Bro,
Oh.
Okay.
Hey,
Lunch,
chill, dude.
lunch
Gotta
meat
chill, man.
sandwich. Lunch meat sandwich. Got it.
Yeah,
Write it-
yeah,
write
yeah,
it
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. Well, I would never eat turkey. That's not me, dude. I would never do that. You kidding me? It's not me.
He's
That's
having
fair.
fun.
So we got Medicare on tap next for you.
Well, kind of. I
That's
mean, like
good.
Medicare is kind of like over the next couple months. Next should be Dr. Disrespect or Lily Orchard.
Yeah, I want to watch the
Okay.
Dr. Disrespect
And
one.
you think you put a good one on Doctor?
I think decently. Like I
Okay,
definitely
okay.
like.
I'm gonna give you guys some Lynn the Deranged lore. I have this coworker, well, former coworker, but I still talk to him because he was like one of the only cool people there. And he was a Dr. Disrespect fan. And he would watch him while he was doing his work on the other monitor and stuff. And he bought some merch of Dr. Disrespect. I have been giving him so much shit for it. So much shit. And he's gonna keep getting shit for it. But he's a pretty good sport about it. So he's not like those dudes who got Dr. Disrespect tattoos. Now that it's something you can't come back from.
I cover like the rise of it, like
Go
like
for it,
all the
Agent
things
Proper.
he did, all the cool things he did, I should say, right? Like between like the streaming and such, and all the not so cool things he did between the cheating and the messages with the minor that
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
been
that-
released,
that never
that are
happened, dude.
appropriate
He
as
took it
by
back.
him. So yeah, I'm gonna be including all that.
He Roman canceled his own confession.
And you said you're watching some Medicare stuff lately. You're kind of digging into Medicare's territory.
Yeah, I'm deep diving into it all. I really was not like
Who's
aware of how,
dorks?
like, I guess
The Ed Boys?
how deep blood sports went. You know what I mean? I really feel like man, he killed it. He's really like good at like banter, just going back and forth, just like quick witted, just on it.
Yeah, he's
'cause
very
you saw him
fast.
interact with the SOK.
Oh
at
yeah,
one point,
Oh, God,
which is a
that
great
podcast,
video.
man.
I
Like yeah, they're oh go ahead.
no, go for it.
Like they're videos, man. They're like really hard to get to. I'm just like, oh fuck me, dude. This is getting like it's getting there. Like it's getting just hard to listen to. And that Medicare stream like really feels like it revived it. You know, it felt like just Medicare's aggression towards them and they're like not knowing how to react. It was like it was funny. It was good. Right. That was
Yeah.
like the one SOK video that like I kind of like was entertained by.
That's fair. I mean, he did 3 of them, I think, and that was probably the best one because he just blew them out of the water, and they didn't really have much of a response.
Yeah, they didn't have the retort. They were like too serious about it, and it just happens. Yeah.
Now you were talking about Lily. That's a vile human. As
I
some
don't
of
know
my
anything
chats
about this
pointed
character.
out. How do you tackle tougher subjects like that?
It really is hard. So with Lily Orchard, I just had to be like really careful. You know, I'm just trying to be as respectful as I can while trying to expose her potential crimes, I should say, because God. So she wrote a My Little Pony, right? My
Oh,
Little
no.
Pony fanfic,
Already a
You're
bad
with-
idea.
gratuitous sex scenes.
Oh
Like,
God.
it's just like small story, big fucking page of sex scenes, sex scene. And not only like okay, so sex scenes, whatever, My Little Pony, that's kind of weird, right? And then you include like sex with minors.
Oh shit.
And then you include familial incest in it. And
What?
720,000 words long. That thing
Oh my
is.
lord.
I didn't even go through. I tried to get through a summary of it. I couldn't even get through the summary. I got 75% through the summary. I'm like, this is just I can't.
It's too
You know,
much.
Yeah, like everyone has their
Uh.
tolerance, and I really tried to get through that. But I was like, you know what? I have what I need. I have the points. She did write this. Boom. Like, I can't. Right. Like,
Yeah.
It became too much.
Yeah, that's
And then further out in the future, do
That's
you
a
think
no.
you would ever go back to doing gameplay stuff like you did way back in the day with the RuneScape stuff as kind of like a retirement hobby? Maybe start up a different channel or something like that? Like,
I mean, it's always like a possibility. Like my channel could like, you know, if I felt like the passion for it, sure. But currently I don't really like see that. I really enjoy like the space that I'm in. But eventually, like if I run out of steam or just like get another interest, it's just whatever that other interest in. So if that's gaming, then yeah, like for sure I'll be like, yo, hey guys, gaming video ahead, I guess.
you guys want to watch Dark Side Phil while I'm playing a game? Come on, do it, June.
well,
June should start
thank you
restreaming.
so much for joining me for my lovely, disaster.
Wait, it's not
stream. I should
over.
really copyright and put it on merch.
Aw,
at this
man.
point. But it is Friday the 13th.
It is par for the
So,
course. Par for the course.
We got there. We got through it all. And would you ever watch a restream of Phil? Did you ever check any of those out? Did you ever?
Oh,
dabble, or
good
was it
question.
straight
Yes,
from the
yes.
Source.
What you got,
If
June?
you ever watched a Phil stream.
Sometimes, like especially before I figured out Pick Go, that was the easiest way to like I guess find them. But like a lot of them, like they're not my cup of tea. They could be like really distracting with the sound effects and whatever. I'm just like I'm trying to listen to Phil, and there's like a baby crying. I'm like, dude, like some of them are just not my cup of tea.
Oh man,
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, what is your cup of tea when it comes to gaming, though? Currently.
Gaming. Right now I'm playing Gran Turismo.
Oh, nice.
RuneScape. RuneScape is
He
definitely
loves
there.
RuneScape. Hell yeah.
Every now and then I'll dabble in Minecraft, with some friends. We'll be like, yo, let's build this. Like, yeah.
No,
you know,
Jimmy,
like,
I'm not black. I mean, I'm 3% black.
I've been like kind of
but
staying
that
away
doesn't
from
really mean
like
much.
shooters.
I
used
don't
to
feel
play,
like
a lot of
that's.
like Call of Duty.
I can't say
But
yeah,
then
I'm
that's
part
kind of like
black
worn
when I'm
down on me,
3%.
especially like once
I
it
guess
became
maybe I
whatever,
get
like,
one
skill-based
N-word in my whole
matchmaking,
life, but I'm
oh,
gonna save
man,
it
it's just
for
you have some good games. You're always gonna have some bad games. Kind of
Someone say the N-word or I'm gonna
Alright,
blow up
yeah,
this
no,
train.
I feel you. I've kind of
Well,
coasted
I
away
did
from
save
Call of
it.
Duty, adopted Destiny for a while. That's been my jam, and now I'm looking to other kind of shooters. It's my style with my buddies, and we really enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like so, pretty much like whatever like my like as far as the multiplayer goes, whatever my friends find interesting, I guess. So yeah, that's my
cool.
general taste in gaming, I guess.
Now I'm a big music guy, and I see that Iron Maiden shirt you're wearing.
Oh, nice.
Is that your favorite band?
No, it actually
Oh.
is not. I just like the shirt.
All right, favorite band currently.
I'm gonna mispronounce it, but Amon Amarth, right? They're
Okay.
like Viking.
He
kinda
likes
like
the Viking metal.
Hey,
it's pretty good
nice.
stuff. I'm going
That's a
through
good
like a Viking phase. I'm watching like TV shows, like the series Vikings. I'm playing some like Viking, or well, I was. I'm not really playing those games now, but yeah, I'm going through that phase, man.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah, I feel it. I mean, personally, my favorite band of all time is Cake. They're kind of an alt rock
Oh, nice.
Alt rock, okay. Cake.
from
Interesting name.
Sacramento, California. Yeah, they're interesting. They got some cool covers and stuff, but I think they go on the label as my favorite group of all time. Right
All right, I'm gonna check out some of their stuff too.
All right, fair. Yeah, no, my tastes for music do like really change frequently, I'd say.
Now, last question for me: what do you like to do with your friends? Your in real life friends.
My non-internet nerdy friends, my real life friends. Let's see. I don't know, man. Just like hang around, like play games. We'll drink every now and then, not very often. Go out to eat.
I want to see what
just,
June's like when he's
basic-
drunk.
Like nothing crazy, right. There are content creators that do like consider friends, and like I like to go to VidCon with them, and then man, they're great. Like these people like you meet from like the online space. Yeah, so I have like those set of friends, and I have like my personal friends. It's just I guess regular human stuff. Nothing really exciting.
So human style things, you would say?
Human style things might be a bit foreign, but yeah, human style isn't that crazy? Am I
Yeah.
just so wild?
Hey, you
Do
got
you ever unplug from the internet,
no.
like for an extended period of
I
time?
get kind of scared.
I haven't felt the need to
Let's go
because
for it.
as you can tell, like I think like as a lot of like people can tell, I do keep like distance with like social media to an extent. I don't really I know I don't currently want to be too much in the limelight, so I never really like disconnect entirely
You lurk.
because I don't feel the need.
You just say you lurk, man.
Yeah.
It's cool. We all lurk.
That's fair. So you have a nice little balance there between on the line person and then take it offline and just avoid touching any of the internet for a little bit.
Yeah, like private life, public life, you know what I mean? Like treat things a bit differently, right? So I can just like I can feel like I'm just like a human and stuff.
Okay. So
Human style.
I think that wraps it up for me. I appreciate you staying on through all the
Yeah, it was
technical
short and
woes
sweet, though.
getting
That was
through
good.
this. It was a great interview. Thank you for talking as much as you did. I know you didn't get the chance to talk earlier with Phil, which was a little disappointing, but it happens. So
Well, no, yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man. Like this was cool. I plan to do 2 other ones, and then I'm just gonna disappear. Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Go back to
So
lurking.
Go and enjoy. That being said, on Sunday, I believe that's going to be your next appearance, as I've heard it. So
Yep.
big ups to the
Nice one.
boys. So please go have fun with them, and I'll let you go. Thank you for being here.
All right. Yeah, no problem. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, have a good one.
Sweet. Play RuneScape with him.
Oh, well, that was a fun time. Thank you for
Yeah, it was.
sticking it through, Chad. I really do appreciate that.
I like on there.
It was something different. I did not expect my computer to crash twice due to large amounts of autism, mostly on mine.
Computer autism.
But I really do appreciate June for coming over here, being.
Is that
on
what
both
Blur has?
sides, really kind of letting things go, and it was a good time. It really was. So I'll stitch the interview together up and put it all up on one, and we'll go through it. And
Your background's
I'll let
tripping
people
me
go
up.
through it. But that being said, it is coming up on Sunday with Joon the King, so you'll see him again there, and I'm sure those guys are gonna really hit him with the receipts. They might not be for dick measuring, but you know, that's
Like that was
just
one of
how
the
it's gonna
things
go.
that got brought up.
And yeah, apparently I have a lot of updates to do on my computer, something else.
Yep.
And yeah,
Oh, shit, I need to update my
that's pretty
stuff.
much it for me, guys. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stuck through it. I'm glad we got a detractor style PC rolling in here. So I gotta definitely upgrade from Windows 8 or whatever I'm running right now. I don't know. I didn't look into anything. I'm not a tech savvy person. So
I'm just a
yeah,
normal
that
gamer.
really kind of does it, guys. So enjoy watching Phil play some Marvel 2. I
Oh
think that's what he's gonna go.
no.
I think that's really what he's gonna cut into, and it's gonna be rough. It really is.
Yeah, I don't want to watch
So,
that. I watched
Enjoy
once.
it. I'm gonna go chill, grab a
I'm
beer,
done.
hang out with some of the other homies, and we'll have a good time. So I'll see you guys soon.
That's cool.
Okay. I'll see you. You're the
Great-
best. You're
great
the best chat
interview.
ever. You really are. Thank you for all sticking it out, and I'll catch you next time.
Good shit. Dug the interview, Agent Proper. Beautifully done. Proper, are you happy you're kind of doing your exit reviews? June couldn't detect that DSP had a life with his wife. This is 100% accurate. She's probably not there for him most of the time, locked in a room or maybe somewhere else. I just don't see. Well, first of all, DSP doesn't have a whole lot of chemistry with people. And then you got Cat, who's catatonic. What do? I mean, maybe they don't even talk. Maybe they just have really violent, bestial sex because, you know, words aren't necessary. So I'm going to leave you with that thought for a second. And I'm going to play some Six Eric and just for a minute. I got to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Brilla, you was right there. Why didn't you bust him? Why didn't you bust a couple shots on him? Bro, I can't move. Yo, stop the car. Hello. Why are they not stopping? Bro, why is the traffic, bro? Yo, Brilla, I can't join no parties. I gotta. Yo, what? Oh my god! That's an NPC. That's an NPC, bro. Oh god. Oh god. How do I go off the map? No. Bro, kill him. God. Bro, this is a fuck fest. This is a kill fest. How do I go off the map? Lester. Quickly. Pick up the phone.
This dude's a lot of fun. I love Six Eric, and I can't say that. I can't say that because he tries to also flirt with underage people or post pornography where underage people can see. Now, why is it always that? Can't you have some other vice, like sometimes you drive drunk? Never mind, that was actually really awful. But yeah, his antics crack me up. He's a profoundly stupid person. Even more stupid than DSP in some instances. For example, great quote from him. Goku was never a monkey. Goku never had a tail. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And he was really insistent upon it. He also didn't know Goku had a son. You enjoy? Yeah, of course. I love Six Eric and getting body. It's so fun. It's very satisfying. So DSP and LTG have had another round of exchanged gunfire, and I'm a little torn because hold on, get this out of here. So Dale has a 31-minute response to it, and according to Snort Hogan, DSP has an hour-long segment about it. That's a lot of content. But I guess to get the totality of it, I have to watch all hour of this. Well, I'm going to put it up to 1.25. And one more thing before I start, I wanted to go ahead and announce that I'm going to do Going Green this Friday. Now, I wanted to go ahead and announce the guest, just in case you guys wanted to plan accordingly. Snood is joining me. And he hasn't locked in what he wants to watch. However, he has implied, this doesn't confirm anything, he implied that he wants to watch something Metal Gear Solid related. So Snood will be joining me on Going Green this Friday to watch Metal Gear Solid, parentheses, question mark, close parentheses. So get hyped. I'm stoked.
Then, brother. Snort, snort, snort. Tell you.
DSP's long-winded.
I want to see how we're doing on the stream before
6 Eric and LTG got into an argument. Who's winning? LTG. LTG will just scream over him. 6 Eric and can't handle that.
All right. So, guys, we are currently at almost 500 viewers, which is good. And now that I start talking about LTG, you know that more people are going to show up.
Nice.
We're at 94 likes. Guys, let's just hit 100 likes right now.
Yeah, we
immediately. There's almost 500 of you.
I did ask him, Irie, I said, are we just going to be talking about Gundam the entire time while DSP screams in the background? So, it might turn into that.
Like button. And then after that, please keep clicking the like button.
Not Snood?
Let's get it to 150 because this stream
Snood
is tremendously
Stoxified?
by the likes, the engagement. It helps a ton. And this channel has been
Maybe
absolutely
he's on his
hugely
redemption
on
arc.
YouTube in the last month because of you guys. So let's keep that rolling. Thanks for the few super chats here. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's keep that going,
get to the
That
point.
support is helping this channel so much behind the scenes. You have no idea. And like I said,
No
because
idea.
of
This
that
money
support,
is
I'm gonna be able to
kicking
start doing
ass behind the scenes,
things in
but
my
I
house
can't
that
tell
have
you
been
about
for
it.
years. Getting a new streaming PC. This is the stuff I'm looking to do with your extra support. All right, I'm directly telling you this is what it's going to go to, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
So
we'll
thank you.
see.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that, Void.
Oh,
I need
and
to
of
see his
course, guys,
rant.
The King's Tips. What's going on with this? $5? $5.
$5?
Really?
Come on.
Come on. Let's get some
Pay
tips
up.
in. Let's get Imperial Guard off the top spot on the leaderboard. We got way more in super chats and memberships than we have in tips, and this is what we need to hit to continue the streak
Come on
and
now.
get feasting with the King today. Let's get some tips.
He's
in right
wild
now.
when he's high.
Let's rush it.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go. All right, let's now. All right, let's
I've
do it. I know
watched
you
a
guys
couple
want
of them,
this
Sonic.
segment. You're dying for this segment, correct? All right, we'll get to this. Time for a new segment, everyone. Time for the next topic. It is time to react. Excuse me. It is time to react
I saw his big ass rant
to this
about
man
IMO.
yet again.
The
All right.
one
And,
before his most recent
Let's see
one.
how this goes.
I
So, first
assume
of all,
he
it's
had a
20
recent one
minutes. So again, if you're gonna react to someone, right?
because he was molding.
Try to be concise. Or no, 20-minute clip. Okay, 20 minutes. Great. Do you really think I'm gonna watch 20 minutes? I don't think
Yes.
I'll probably skip around.
Yeah.
Once you
Well,
see
you're
how-
gonna
how-
talk
this is
for
how
an
bad this is
hour.
done. It's hilarious. So just to show you, this is the tweet I made.
Yeah, but he
He
was talking
reacted
about
to
what?
that
Why
tweet
does
with
an
his webcam
emo
in the
or
corner.
IMO show
All right.
all his
I
money and the
reacted
tax
to that
receipts
reaction
and his
in
new
his
whip and all
He's
that?
reacting to the reaction.
He doesn't
to the
spend money
reaction
on
to the
that.
reaction, but he has his webcam over his old webcam, so you can't actually tell if when he's talking if it's now or before. It's like impossible to discern because he did it so poorly. You can't tell what the fuck is going on the screen.
Who cares,
Right? Like,
man?
Like, you notice today I'm a different color background. So if you were to watch this reaction, you say, okay, so the green was the old one, the blue is the recent one.
You
literally
wouldn't
have the
actually
same
know
shot,
that,
the same
Phil.
Webcam, the same spot. You can't tell anything. It's the most confusing, stupid thing
That's
ever.
why he has the date
right?
on there sometimes, Phil.
So let's see if we can even make heads or tails
Quit
of what the fuck's going
sniffing
on in this
for a
clip.
second.
All right.
Quit sniffing
And by the way,
crack.
is this archived in his channel? No. Is this archived on anyone? No. This had to be mirrored, ripped, pulled, edited to get it anywhere. The guy doesn't archive any of his content. So you can't ever, like, he talks, obviously he wants a response. You can't fucking respond because he hides it. How do I respond when you hit all your content? Like, why are
That's not entirely true. DSP is being dishonest here, but mostly it's dishonesty born of being extremely stupid. Dale doesn't believe in that. He doesn't believe in having those kind of raw moments of streams and whatnot. He prefers to have it more curated. He prefers little sections that he himself selects so that he can help to improve his image. Because Dale is still kind of operating under this idea that at some point in the future, there's going to be a TV show producer who's going to see one of his edited clips and says, this guy, sign him up. This guy's really funny. He's really cool. He's not a Balrog. Get him on board. And so he polices his own content to make that happen, which is never going to work. It's never going to happen because there's just as many videos of LTG flipping out on people. And so that's why there's not the content that DSP wants. Now, I will agree with Phil. I think it's really a bad idea to have all that stuff be missing, only because I wish it was around.
you running with your tail between your legs
This
after
is
you
the
finish the
thing that
stream
really
to
pissed me
hide it
off
from
in
the
the
internet?
DSP. Every
Maybe you
single
act
W
like
is
a
an
normal
amazing
human,
W. No
so
matter
you
how
weren't banned
ridiculous
from
it
every
sounds,
goddamn
a W is a
platform.
W.
You would have to hide all your content. right? Like
He
dude,
thinks
I've been
he's
in the game
winning
for 16
everything
plus
here.
years.
This dude's been
I've never
consistently
banned from
losing.
YouTube. And I did some fucked up stuff back in the day, the stuff I said and did. I've never been banned. I'm not banned on Twitch. I'm on the partner program, but I'm not banned on Twitch. I
He
can go
got
to any
banned several
platform I want.
times.
Why can't you play the game? Well, how are you banned from everywhere? Like, that's insane.
Well, he says
Anyway.
because he's got toxic trolls. You would agree with that, Phil, right?
Let's see what he had to say this time.
Came off of this.
So wait, so you saw what just happened? Hold on. No, I mean,
Oh,
you can't
God.
make this shit up.
It's
So
not
we're gonna go
important,
to the beginning.
Phil.
So this is his webcam today. All right. Cam off for this, and then watch what happens.
Came off of this.
It cuts to exactly the same angle of webcam anyway. So he turns off his current webcam to replace it with the old webcam. So it looks the same. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't like say, okay, let me move the camera, or no. It's just
Yeah, and he's definitely gotten banned, Banana Jones.
okay.
He got banned that one
Low
time
tier
for
guy.
making fun of that guy's
Just
looks.
ask
The
him,
same
you
thing
know,
that
I'm on
DSP or
podcast,
Dale
have
did.
a respectful, normal conversation with me.
So now he's just playing back his full clip instead of going to the parts where I responded. He's playing the full clip.
Oh, man,
Now
this is gonna be
reading-
rough.
He's literally watching himself read, which has zero value. We know what the original thing was. There was a Twitter post, and he responded to it, then I responded to it. Why do we have to watch his response again?
Why do
Who
we
wants
have to
watch
listen to
his
you
own response
complain
back
about
like
it?
in
We'd
full
already be
for some
halfway
bizarre reason?
done.
Just fucking get to the point. I can't. And the thing is, I mean, I can't tell where to go. Like, when does he actually start talking? This is all his old webcam, right? Where's the current webcam?
Dude,
Like,
this
when
is
does he
kind of
respond
painful.
in
I
this
don't
fucking
know.
Video? I can't even
Come
figure
on,
it out
man.
because it's so fucking stupid. It's so bad.
Okay,
Right?
so let's see
All right,
here.
let's
We're
just-
12 seconds in the video and we're at 5 minutes. 5 minutes. DSP, you are going to need to speed this up.
ahead here. Let's say, hopefully, this is it. This looks like it's the current webcam. I think.
I agree,
You do the
Warcrow.
work. You will be paid after the work. That's
Let's
how
give
no,
up.
It's not. That's the old webcam. Oh. Dude, this is impossible. This is
It's
seriously
only impossible because you're crazy about this shit. It doesn't
After
matter.
work for the work you put in. Really, I tell you right now. Do you guys not think that if
Exactly,
that man
Bill.
came on my show? See what I'm doing? See my webcam's not in the same spot. It's a different color, so you can tell this is the current video. It's too hard to do for him. And we sat here for an. But let's be honest, he has no lighting either. Like, look, that's like a fucking. It's just regular light in his room. It's like a fucking lamp. It doesn't have a light to turn on to even color his setup, so you wouldn't even know what if it's a different day or whatever. Shooting the shit about everything, right? Everything. And I'm sure he'd talk some shit, and I would talk some shit. Okay, so this is
I think
this
so,
is now
Kapathic.
him actually responding. It looks like it took us a while to figure it out.
You can go ahead and leave, man.
I'm trying to figure out.
Wait, actually, can you have her pick me up
What-
too?
like, who do these
I
fucking
don't want
niggas
to be
think
here
they
either.
You know what I'm
You don't want me to answer that question.
saying? Like,
Oh man.
wasn't there a time where this nigga was like backed up on mortgage and all types of shit? Like,
And
why do
still
these
now.
niggas have some sort of like weird fixation on that I don't make money? Like,
Was there a time that I was backed up on my mortgage? There was a time that I went through a bankruptcy. Yeah. And now that was 4.5 years ago.
Can you just
And now
respond to the
are much
things that are
better
pertinent?
because
Like
I've
this is
recovered from it,
irrelevant,
like an
man.
intelligent individual. Rather, you know what I mean? Like, what is your point? So at one point, I had some financial troubles. I've bounced back from it. What does that have to do with anything?
He's saying your
You
financial
tell me.
position is shaky.
why do people think that? Like,
Wait, why do people think that you need money? Because you keep asking for it.
You
Hey,
keep
let's do
asking
content
for it,
everyone
Phil.
wants to see that would be good for everyone. You and me would make bank on it. No, I don't want to do that unless you pay me money up front. So you need money. Oh no, I don't need money. Then you don't ask for it. If you don't like pizza, you don't ask people to keep delivering pizzas to your house.
He just
I mean, this is-
dude. It's reminding me of that clip from the Alpha Sim radio, the one with this beautiful line. Let's see, where is it? I'll find it.
DSP, shut the fuck up!
He just doesn't get how people operate. LTG is crazy. He's a very unhinged individual, but it's very clear what Dale's doing here. He's setting the price too high to try and discourage Phil. And he couldn't be more clear about it. He couldn't be more distinct about it. And he does state his reasons, which I'm sure DSP is going to say all nonsense and all bunk. So it turns into more or less harassment.
money, you scam people. You gonna spend it on burgers?
None of your business, or anyone's.
Yeah, that's DSP's motto. You know, he can criticize LTG for not wanting to be transparent about things, but I'll have you know, you can't ask me anything about my business. That's toxified. Thank you very much, Wave Man. I appreciate it. But this is turning into actual harassment. DSP gives us shit for harassing him. We don't really harass him. This is harassment. You know, LTG's made it very clear he doesn't want to work with Phil, and Phil's picking at him still. And just let it go, dude. He turned you down for a date. All right. It happens. All right. People get turned down for dates, DSP. I know you were such a stud muffin that it never happened to you. Well, I guess LTG is going to be the first.
This is not, again, this is not rocket science. This is not Einstein level shit. This is like common sense shit. But he doesn't understand.
It hurts me because
You
I
don't
feel sometimes
ask
I
for
don't have the
something you
strength to
don't
keep
want or
watching
need.
DSP waiting for him to
Why
eat
would
shit
you?
in a big way.
That's why people
But
think
he
you're
never
broke, because
does.
you keep
Always
asking for
skirts
money.
by. I don't know.
Because I don't floss
Luck.
it in your fucking face. Like,
You definitely don't floss it in the face. I mean, take a look at your setup, dude. You got your $30 felt background there.
Yeah, that's
right?
what he
You
said,
got
Phil.
a cat tree with no cat. I don't know where your cat is. And you have an LED wall that's not pointing to the camera that no one can see. And
No
you
one
got, like, a
cares,
halogen
Phil.
lamp
It could just
laying
be in
there
his
somewhere, you know,
room.
lighting it. You definitely
It
don't
doesn't matter.
floss it in our
Continue,
face,
Phil.
that's for sure. Your whole setup there is under like $50.
Yeah,
I'm
DSP
never
setup.
gonna tell niggas how much I make, but just know that
Expensive.
there's no job, there's no career.
Yeah,
There's
pretty
like
much,
nothing
Morgan.
that can compare
It's
to what I'm
gross.
able to accumulate off being myself for a living.
Well, that's number one, because no one would hire you. Like, no one would ever hire, after the things you said on the internet, you're banned.
What about you, DSP?
Today,
That's
when
why
people
you
go
don't
apply
get a
for
job.
They do this social searching on the internet. They look for who you
Well,
are,
that'd be fun,
and
Game
immediately
Master.
they're gonna find, oh, this is him, and they're gonna hit play on a clip, and they're gonna hear your mouth, and they're gonna, oh shit. So you never get a job anyway in the offline sector. You have to be online forever.
This is what I was talking about earlier during the proper interview when I was saying that DSP and LTG have more in common than any other detractor combination. And that is because this very thing that DSP is describing, that Dale has gotten himself out of every possible opportunity because of the things that he said. Just turn that right back around to DSP. DSP has gotten pretty much all of his opportunities erased by the things that he has said. And he's so frustrated by that because all these people need to understand that if they just understood the context, Bill did nothing wrong and he did everything correct. So let's turn it right back to Dale. What is Dale's thoughts on this? Well, some lore about Dale is that he was asked one time what he would do to persuade people to hire him if they reached out to him and said, hey man, we're thinking about adding you to this Marvel movie. However, there's this clip of you being rather toxic. Can you explain it? To which Dale responded that he keeps a growing dossier, or shit, I guess database at this point, of all of the things that he did that was wrong and why it is that actually it wasn't wrong at all and it was completely justified. So DSP and LTG have the exact same mentality that they have never actually done anything wrong, and that if you just understood the context, it was actually necessary for me to do what I did. It's always friendly fire with these dudes. It's the same guy. No, Tina, nothing's mattered.
I'm in the same situation because of the amount of A-logging that
Oh,
happens.
there you
to
go.
me,
Never
the amount
mind.
of
You caught
assholes
up
who
with
don't
me.
like me. I would probably never be able to get any kind of a
Billy's
job in the
Trump
offline sector.
filed for
So in
bankruptcy.
that regard, that I can understand.
There's
what
some sort
he's
of parallel
saying,
lives there.
But I don't think that's what he's getting at. But that I can understand what he's saying. Okay, so let's keep going.
All right.
5 bins is just me being a smartass. That doesn't even do anything for me. I don't even need the 5,000 at all.
Then you wouldn't ask for it. Because it's being a smartass. No, it's you running away like a coward. You are creating an obstacle, a hurdle to making good content. You don't want to make good content because it takes you out of your little comfort zone bubble. And makes you
DSP
have
is
to do
good
work
content? I
that
don't
could
know about
actually
all
be
that.
challenging or mentally challenging or stimulating or stressful. You don't want
DSP
that.
has no
You wanna
place
sit
to
there in
talk
your
about
little
mentally
bubble and just
challenging.
talk
I
to
mean,
people on your
well,
fucking
sort of.
Discord and act like it's content. It's not content. All right? That's called being lazy.
Yeah,
That's
no
why
kidding, Ivory.
No one wants you for shit.
DSP's buff.
That's why you on all these fucking podcasts and shit. No one cares about you because you're boring. People want to see DSP versus LTG, and you refuse to.
Yeah,
give them
because
what they want.
DSP is
You put these weird
interesting.
goalposts and hurdles before the content everyone wants to see can happen. Why would you do that? If you really don't need the money, then you're just a coward. If you need the money, then you're a broke bum. So which is it?
It's
Right?
not
Are you
those
broke,
two options,
or
DSP.
are you a coward? It's one or the other, and you
Oh,
set
okay.
yourself up for this. It's not me that created the hurdles to the content. You did. So now you have to answer the question.
So hold on a second. DSP has said fairly recently, that he was not going to ever have any detractors on his show because they didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it. I'll say it a third time. They didn't deserve it. Now, does that sound like the two options that DSP brought up? DSP says that there's two answers. You know, there's two genders to this question. You've got you're a coward or you're broke. Maybe you don't deserve it. See, DSP, there is actual other answers available. And you know how I know that? It's because you said those potential options. know.
Is it? Are you broke or are you a coward? And now you have to
Am I
account for what you
crazy,
said
or
and
this
done.
the clips that are gonna
I
get him
get
shipped in real
5,000
life?
today.
I hope
What do
so.
I do with it?
Improve your backdrop. For God's sakes, do something with it. Man.
Yeah, add a bunch of gamer shit.
Like what do I need with the 5K?
And who is he talking to? Like, no one's responding. Like, you would think, oh, he's
Ooh,
talking to
thank you
people
for
in
telling me
chat.
that,
No
Game
one's
Master.
saying anything. Right? You make like 250K a year. Someone believes that. Yes, someone who makes 250K a year sits in a crowded ass fucking like apartment bedroom that looks like it's like 20 square feet with a felt background that you can buy at fucking Joann Fabrics and a cat.
It's
that's-
really
that's
annoying,
the
Spaghetti
250K
Sam.
way. He totally wouldn't have like a better setup, right?
So why would I need to go out of my way to lend my clout? Look, just take a look at the
You don't have any clout. Why does he keep saying that?
You don't have any clout either,
No
Phil.
one who associates with you gets a rub. No one gets some kind of positive boost for being associated with LTG. I got a positive boost for being on Kino Casino. I got a positive boost for having a very
Oh,
nice
yeah.
calm interview
Big
with Keemstar.
positive
I will
boost.
never get a positive boost from associating with LTG.
Yeah,
It's the
DSP's room is
opposite,
an actual
The thing
disaster.
is, it's just something
Banana
everyone
Jones.
wants. Everyone's always wanted DSP, LTG, and that's why it should happen.
when I played Deji. What did I get for it? 100 candies.
What did he say? When he played someone, what did he get for it? I don't know. It's some reference I don't understand.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Those videos basically got a million
Exactly,
views.
Fourth Rider.
The Tekken videos, they got 1 million views. I got nothing for it. Anytime that I like lend myself to something, everybody else.
Yeah, Wilson, the Kino Casino thing being some sort of boost, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful, the mind of Phil in some sort of ways. It's beautiful, like, I don't know. If you look at the art for the amygdala from think Bloodborne. If you look at the art of amygdala, it is horrifying, but it is beautiful, man. DSP's mind is horrifying and beautiful because he has convinced himself that he got some big positive influence from Kino Casino, when all he really got was maybe 3 new whales and a bunch of people LARPing on social media defending him. And he was saying that the entire internet is now on his side because of that. The entire internet. Internet is a big place. And he was saying this shit like, you know, if I get sued, the entire internet will rally behind me. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But DSP has been so influenced by this over banality, over mediocrity. And that's been DSP's history ever since the beginning. Is DSP is always one to celebrate such mediocre accomplishments and see that he's the greatest from it. It's just wild.
Benefits and I don't.
So, okay, so we got to the root of it. We've literally just got to the
No,
root
I
of
haven't
it.
seen that, Bill Brysky.
He thinks that if he does content with me,
If you can send that to me, that'd be great.
Therefore, he's asking for money up front because he needs the money. You understand? That's why. Because he didn't need the money. He's like, fuck it. Let's break the internet. Let's do the content. But he wants the money. He doesn't think he's going to make any money on it. He outright just said, I made 100 candies on
Exactly,
videos that
Matt
made
Bear.
1 million views. Yeah, well, that's your fault. Where is your fan base then? Where, if you claim you have 3,000
Oh my goodness, Wilson.
subscribers on Twitch, right? If this is legit, where are they when you're doing these special events to support you? Wouldn't they say, hey, we really want to support LTG, so let's come out in force and let's watch the stream version of what he's doing. Let's do super chats. Let's do fucking bits. Let's
So
watch
you
his
want
play.
your
Let's
definition of
support him. Let's build
success.
him up. Why wouldn't they do that? Don't you think that my fan base would? Of course they would.
Yeah,
If
because
DSP
you've
versus LTG, my
you've
side
got a
would well
broken
support it.
fan
They'd be
base.
positive and happy to see it happen. They'd be ecstatic. They'd be so hyped. This stream right now, this
He's
stream
saying
has
he's laid
500
off
so
from the
viewers.
helicopter
This stream
job.
would have
He was
1,500,
fired. He
2,000
was fired
viewers.
because he
If
thought
I
he
was
ran the
playing
joint
against
thinking
you
he
in
should
Street
do
Fighter,
whatever it
if
was.
I had you on the show,
Yeah,
this stream would
DSP
be blown
definitely
up.
softened it
So
a
why
little
doesn't
bit.
that
I was
happen on
laid
your
off.
end,
Dude, you got
Mr. Sparrow?
fired.
Mr. Tweety Bird? Why
Hey,
doesn't that
Postman,
happen on your end?
can
What do
you
think
like
about that?
DM it to me or in some sort of way?
I wonder why people don't support me positively when I do content.
All right,
Maybe if you can
DSP.
figure out the answer, maybe you could improve yourself in the future, right? But that's something you have to figure out.
You
This
guys have YouTube channels.
this is that little moment reminded me of a very annoying story. If you guys don't mind a little bit of story time from a previous work experience, I think I've told this story before, but I used to work at this kind of mental facility, mental health facility, and it wasn't as terrifying as it was. It was mostly stuff like they got charged with crimes, but instead of like going to prison or whatever, they got sent to this facility. Anyway, I worked in the autistic ward for a couple months. It was actually pretty cool. The autistic kids were so fun to work with because they were so easy to entertain. I remember I just put on Duralis and Associates one time, and they were just glued to it, watching the whole time. That's awesome. Anyway, we had this one kid there, and this kid, I don't even think he was really autistic. I think he was just an asshole, and he would cause so many problems. And one of the things that he did that was fairly extreme to the point that I almost wanted to choke him, was he would refuse to mind bedtime. He would just stand in the hall and scream and yell for no reason, just to be antagonistic. And he would wake up the other kids, and then they would start acting up because they had been woken up. Well, anyway, his parents sucked. His parents were just terrible people because they kept enabling him. Every time he went out on day pass or whatever, he would come back with a shit ton of contraband, and we would confiscate it, and we would talk to the parents and say he can't have this stuff. All right. And they would just shut down all of his treatment. They'd say stuff like, well, we want to get him on this program. And they say, well, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. Eventually, it got to the degree that he got discharged to a different facility because we straight up couldn't do anything for him. The parents wouldn't allow it. And something that was really gross is that whenever the kids get discharged for any reason whatsoever, unless it's like super bad, they're allowed to give a little speech to their dorm. And he gave this speech about how if you guys just do the right thing and you do as you're told and you follow your treatment, you too can get out. And what I really liked is these kids who were kind of low functioning, most of them, and all of them had autism to some degrees. Nearly every single one of them thought he was full of shit because this dude had been the problem for so many years. Well, not years. It was actually a couple months. And that's what DSP reminds me of. DSP right now is trying to lecture LTG on how to be a decent person. The least qualified person to have this conversation, DSP, humongous shitlord, utterly irredeemable, has toxic meltdowns every stream, is trying to instruct Dale on how to be a better person. That's insane to me. That's mind-boggling to me. Little epilogue about that. The next day, I had the day off, just the schedule, and the mom called up and was yelling because she said that her kid was still a humongous piece of crap, even though he had been to our facility. It's a bummer that I wasn't there. I wanted to yell at her back.
You figure out how to get the paper. We'll never do anything.
We're never going to
do anything. Like I said, I don't even need 5K.
It's to get, yeah, there you go.
If you don't need it, you wouldn't ask for it.
Exactly, Dark Days Mirror.
That you get nothing out of previous things that you've done. You are so
everyone else's crime is based on them.
When people involve you in their content. So
DSP, this misfortune is based on the game.
It's not even hard. It's pretty simple to figure out how to make bank off of a hype event, a crossover event. You just, for some reason, you think that sitting in your Discord, talking to your echo chamber, is somehow going to bring you money. It's not. Like, no one cares. No one's going to say, hey, Mr. Sparrow, here's a bunch of money.
Why does he always put on tough guy act on and then claim he's not a tough guy? Oh, wait, DSP is not supposed to make sense. Because he's not being a tough guy, he's just telling it to you like it is.
But I guarantee you.
Anybody else does with him?
Oh, what's with the fake tough guy act?
No DSP stream. No, he's doing a private
Patreon videos.
Maybe that's the problem.
I make that shit myself easily, no problem. I don't know what these weirdos think that for some magical reason look, all right, whatever.
It's just 50 minutes of
I really don't give a fuck.
Shitting on himself. Cool. I mean, I enjoy it to some degree.
I still lost at the end of the day. That moment is past, but the YouTube
300 gifted, cool, but I still lost at the end of the day. So I guess what they're saying is he got 300 gifted memberships or subs or whatever because he did some collab, but then at the end of the day he was a loser. I mean, if that's how you see it, like
that's kind of harsh, Phil.
Twitch, I think it's
I mean, it's true.
And on Twitch, you get what, half of that?
DSP's got a lot of support. He's got a lot of subscribers
$800
and a lot of members. And
DSP's
still a loser.
That's pretty good. You're playing a set of a fighting game and you make $800 off of the set. I mean, I don't think that's a failure. What exactly was he expecting? Was he expecting someone to pay him?
But yeah, Dark Dave's Mirror, that is a perfect example of the general attribution error.
Overinflated value in his head.
If I do something, it's okay because of my situation. If you do something, it's bad because of your personality.
Two videos full of hate comments, more slanderous shit all over the fucking YouTube channel, so on and so forth.
Dude, that is just part of the game, and you know it, and I know it.
No, you don't know it because you flip out about it all the time.
If you were smart, you would call out some of the people who are the big dumbass offenders, and you could razz them. You make content out of it, like I've been doing, right?
He's done that before. In fact, that's kind of what he does all the time. DSP.
Like, nothing going on there. They're just like fucking empty-headed. There's nothing to really discuss. But you know, that's what you do. Not sit there and stew about it. I mean, how long have you been in the game? Over a decade, and you don't know this is the game and how it's played. The moment you put yourself
back when I was in the loony bin, I'm sorry to hear that.
Right? And the things you said and did, people are calling them out, and that's what happens, man. Happened to me too. I'm not, I'm ashamed of some of the shit I've done. I just did a 12-hour react to my documentary, looking at all the stupid shit I've done over the years, right? So I'm not immune. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here. But dude, you're gonna sit here and bitch that people made videos about it. You made money on it, so who cares what the videos came out of it, right?
So
This is
at the
so
end of the day, I
rich coming
ultimately
from
lose
Phil,
when I do
man.
collabs and shit.
Why can't you ever tell
Because
this
I don't have
advice to
anything on
yourself,
YouTube I
Phil?
could put on to force back a narrative. You feel me?
Because you're banned from YouTube. That's
Am
why.
I anywhere
You're banned
close to
from
being
YouTube.
done with this
I
shit?
mean, what? You can't make it up. There are other video sharing sites, that other than YouTube that he could go to. But you could. I feel when I hear him say something like that, it feels to me like he just feels like he's a crushed man. He's defeated. He's like, it doesn't matter where I go. they're
Dude,
gonna
this
ban
guy
me
is
anyway.
really
Like, he doesn't even wanna
projecting
try,
hard.
which is sad. I mean, that is fucking sad because the guy
Man,
could
this
have a
is
platform, he could
such
just-
shit, man. This is such shit. Phil doesn't want you to have any sort of negative preconceptions about him. He wants you to always give him the benefit of the doubt on everything, even as he's yelling at people while playing Scorn that he doesn't have enough money, or telling people that they're lazy on Pokemon or anything. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't really his fault. He was just stressed out. But this dude is every single thing that Dale says. DSP takes it to a degree that's pretty toxic, pretty negative. That, okay, well, Dale doesn't do this because he's a broken man. You don't ever accept that as a narrative for yourself, Phil. You always look for any sort of justification for yourself. And I'm sorry, I'm just repeating myself. God.
just, like behave, and apparently he just doesn't know
I
how to
sent you a
behave.
clip.
and
That's my
the
reaction to
problem.
this clip we were
You know, I
watching.
can't,
Are
so
you
you
in
can
branded
razz me,
server?
but I can't razz you
Yeah,
back.
it's.
We can.
I'm in there.
You just gotta do it on your streams, right?
You can send it to me.
I didn't. By the way, thank you to Dark Ethan for a super chat.
Is it copyrighted
He said,
content?
blood for blood gods. Skull for the skull throne
You
Phil.
looked at all
Thank
that
you very much,
stupid
Dark
shit.
Ethan, for the super chat there.
Done over the
And
years and
guys,
learned
we're gonna
nothing.
say this
Nothing.
again. Come on, let's get some tips.
You only learned that people had some sort of stupid ass
Right
issue
now,
with it.
we haven't had any tips at the beginning of the show.
Why
I know
are you
guys are
begging,
enjoying
Phil?
this.
Why are
The
you
viewership
begging,
has gone up
Phil?
Just like I predicted it
You
would.
criticized him for
141. Let's
begging.
get that to 150, and let's get some contributions in. Let's hit this goal so we can order some food
Oh,
from
man.
it. All right. All right. Let's continue. Right. But we can talk about all kinds of shit. Don't you think that people would like support that guy and give him some income?
Give me income. God.
Oh yeah. What do you think of this, Phil?
Oh man.
Why is it funny?
He's not playing anything,
This doesn't
Wilson.
even make sense. He laughs because he has no answer. He laughs like it's a joke when he has absolutely no valid
That's
response to what I'm
DSP's
saying.
response to that kind
So
of
I
stuff
say,
too.
wouldn't you make income if we did it? And then he can't respond because either his response is no, I wouldn't because my supporters actually don't support me.
Exactly,
I
Tino.
didn't make big money on my previous.
No, he's
content,
not doing
right?
anything today.
Or
He's
the fact
doing
he got
a
exposed
private
and needs the
Patreon
money bad,
videos.
and that's why he's demanding it up front. Like he has no answer, so he laughs.
Otherwise, I'd be restreaming this dork.
He's trying to think so hard and say like, how do I come back to that and not look like a complete idiot?
This dude's lucky I'm not a standard black.
Oh.
I don't even want to know what that means.
can
I really
just
don't.
No, you actually do, DSP. It's really funny.
Show all types of paper trails, receipts, and just
For what? Who's asking for paper trails and receipts? What is he talking about? When did I say open your bank account?
I'm never gonna do it though.
He's never gonna do it. Hey, that was a really rare appearance for you. That was really good. Here's some income.
Here
You're
is some
actually helping out
income.
someone who
Enjoy.
Wanted to see you interact with for so many years, right? That's where you're gonna get the benefit. This is why this is boring. He hits play. He just lets it run. He's not even paying attention. What the fuck is he doing? What are you doing right now? You're on stream, supposedly making content.
Oh
for your
God,
fans.
I don't
You're
think I
staring
can
down at
show
your phone or
that.
something.
We're gonna.
Dude, this is boring as fuck. People want to hear you watch and respond, not fucking sit there looking at something
Oh
else.
yeah,
What are you
yeah. I
doing?
can't show you that, but I
He
can
probably is
describe
taking
it.
his income. How much you want to pay? He's like, oh shit, I wonder how much money I
We're
actually have,
gonna
because, you know,
basically
I'm
rage
actually
quit
probably
life.
broke. I need to see if I'm in the red today. Let me check my bank account while this is playing. But he definitely would
How's it
make-
going, Normal
I don't know
Jinx?
if you make $5,000 or anything. but
Oh
he
shit!
definitely
Enjoy,
makes some
Filth
bank
Pig.
Because he was on here. He would fucking his file again. Look at his
See you
sub
next
count
time.
below his screen there, which I guess is legit. 3,626 out of 3,700 on subs alone.
I heard the
This
game gets
man
really
is
boring at
making
Act
like
3. This guy right here,
$7,000,
professional gamer, said
$8,000
it's
minimum,
shitty.
because it could be more. I don't know what his sub level is, but if it's that $5, why do we have to hear myself from the other day? Why can't he just fucking respond? Dude, this is so stupid. He's not even paying attention. Sub level.
Yeah, not
On
really.
Twitch,
What do you
right?
want him to do,
And he's
DSP? Do you want him to
making $78K a
create
month just
formal
on subs alone.
videos declaring
That's
"I
you.
hate you, Phil"?
That's to be applauded. That's to be
I wanna
respected
flash
that you're
forward
making
at this
that much.
point.
Why
Yeah, it
do you think
is.
that your
It is
fans would
Morgana.
then support you even further.
I live in Cali, even 8 bands a month. Bro, I made 8 bands a month. Shit, 4 years ago.
He said, I live in
That is
Cali.
funny.
I made 8 bands a month 4 years ago. Okay?
Okay.
Doesn't have to do with anything. That was the point I'm making. Is that you're making good money already, so why are you demanding money up front if you're already making good money?
Because I want
So
more
let's not be
money.
about that. So he's validating the points I'm making
Oh,
completely. I'm
4
saying, if
a.m.
you
waking
really
up.
need
What the
money, you're a
hell?
liar, right? What you're actually doing is you're creating a hurdle for us making content because you're pussy and you don't want to do it. It's
oh.
nothing to
Maybe
do
he
with the fact
says
that, oh,
you
I
don't
need
deserve it.
money
Phil.
up front. You don't need it. So he's validating my points.
No,
Niggas,
he's
like,
really
nobody
not.
could ever come on here and calculate anything about me. Nobody knows me
No
personally.
one cares, but no one wants to. You're the one who's making financial demands. No one wants to care about how much money you make, but when you say, pay me this up,
But DSP's not realizing that LTG's points is getting proven right here. because LTG is talking about how all these people want to like audit my finances and see where I am financially and make all these beliefs and assessments based on their interpretation of my finances. Now, I did a much better job saying it than Dale did. Dale struggles with the English language. And what DSP is doing is he's saying, oh, you're broke, huh? No, he's saying he doesn't do that because people like you, well, he actually means everyone on the internet, will try and make assessments about how much money he has. So actually, DSP's proven Dale's point. And Dale's proving DSP's point. I love this. It's mutual assured destruction.
Front, pay me this up front, pay me this up front. It insinuates you need the money. You're desperate for the money, or you wouldn't ask for it up front. It's your fault that people are saying this shit now.
Nobody's had a conversation.
Exactly.
About me.
Yuki.
A conversation to me. Nobody's had a conversation with me. You can't guess anything about me. Everything about me on the internet is speculation. So stop trying to pocket watch, bro. Everybody's always going to be incorrect.
No one's pocket watching. I don't care how much money you make, but stop asking for money up front to do something then, and be a man about it. Stop lying to everybody. That's all.
Be a man and play me, DSP. Okay.
Look, even Alexa started talking. Alexa, stop.
Alexa, stop pocket watching.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you trying to pocket watch?
Oh, even Alexa was pocket watching. Alexa was trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about because she's like, she's in the next room. Mr. Sparrow, you're full of bullshit, Mr. Sparrow.
It was funny when I did it, Phil.
Mr. Sparrow. He's like, Alexa, stop that.
Exactly, Trevin. Exactly.
Even the AI in his house is against him.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna need your
Or is it
buy-in
$2
before I
tip?
get this game.
Don't spend it all in one place. Thank you so much to $2 tipper who tells me don't.
Phil
spend
is
it all in
hardly
one
destroying
place. I
LTG. He's
appreciate
just
that.
destroying himself because these are all the same
Alright.
things
Yeah,
DSP does.
If I was in year 2024 and I only made 8 bins,
I don't know, Irie.
That means I've been failing in life.
Fair
Let's
enough.
see. I'll just say this one time. So in 2020, I would say my
Exactly,
highest
Trevin.
year-
He's judging
Why
the
are
shit
you
out of
so
him.
boring? I don't care about how much you make. No one cares about how much you make.
You are
Literally,
bringing it
no
up,
one's
though,
doing this but
Phil.
him. What he's doing, he's trying to divert the subject to be like, oh, well, I don't need money because I'm rich. Yeah, but if that's the case, why are you asking for money to do content? No one cares.
Because he wants
Like,
money.
literally, no one cares enough about you to pay you anything.
See, DSP, he's coming into this with absolutely no information about how Dale works at all. He's trying to approach Dale logically, or at least an attempt at logically. But the problem is, first of all, DSP doesn't know what logic is, so he's kind of failing already. But the other thing is that he doesn't understand what Dale's motivations are. Dale is something sort of like a super capitalist, or like a super mercenary, if you will. He just wants money all the time, which I think DSP would understand. So it's not about how Dale is broke. It is that Dale is broke, but it's that, oh, you want me on your show? Pay up. I don't even need the money, but I want money. So hand it over. And DSP is completely oblivious to this. He doesn't understand such a concept. Now, I think DSP does understand it to some degree with himself. Like, obviously, I just want tons of money. But I guess he's confused why anybody else would ever ask for money. So that's rather odd.
So even if you do make the numbers you're saying, no one cares. That's not even the
Upwards
subject
millions
at hand.
shouldn't ask for
You're
money to appear or
diverting
advertise.
your-
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to really desperately turn
Everything
the
should be
attention
for free,
somewhere else
DSP. So
because
start
you have
doing
no
free
answer for what
content.
everyone's asking. Here's what everyone is asking you, Mr. Sparrow. Why won't you do content with DSP? Why are you asking
No one
for money
cares.
up front?
Then
you
why
will
is
never receive
DSP
in
trying
order
to
do work
stalk?
with DSP?
Trying to literally stalk
What's
him,
your
yeah.
answer to that? Right? And if your answer is, well, I won't get anything out of it, you don't
It's
need
so
anything out
it's
of
a
it. You're rich,
jilted lover kind
right?
of dynamic
It's the content
here.
everyone wants. Not just me, your viewers too. Everyone wants to see this, and you hide from it. You run from it. Why? What are you so fucking afraid of? That's
I'm not
the real
afraid of
question that needs to
anything.
be answered.
Well,
How much
actually, that's
money
not
you
true.
make.
Dale
Who
is
gives a
very
fuck?
afraid.
I'll give you guys 2 insights. Highest month.
I'm gonna skip
in
this. I don't care how
2020.
much money you make.
Summer 20. Let's see if we're
I don't care.
$46,000.
I don't care.
What year was that?
I don't
Niggas
care.
playing me in Smash. 2018. That's
Don't
just,
care.
I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not talking about currently. I'm talking about just too many
Still
to
don't
me or
care.
some shit
Means
like
closely
that. About,
monitoring and
5,000,
scrutinizing
nobody's
how
gonna-
someone
then don't
spends
pay
money.
attention.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
I'm not going to. No one is. No one thinks you're worth that much.
a peon price that if you want me on your fucking platform, I suggest you just give me the money. Other than that, stop talking to me about money and all this revenue and all that type of shit.
No one is.
You are!
No one is. You are.
You are,
You're the one
Phil!
asking for money, which means you need it.
Oh my god,
asking
how
for
are you
something
saying
to
this,
demand
Phil?
something
You
they
did
don't
just
need.
bring it up.
Like,
He's talked about how, oh, he would make a ton of money from this. Oh, he must be doing this because he's broke. And then 10 seconds later, I'm not talking about the money at all. This is what I'm talking about. Well, it wasn't what I was talking about. I'm really feeling bad that I can't remember which detractor said this because I really want to give proper attribution. That DSP has now got it in his head that he can do what we do. and that is pay close attention to someone's logic and properly scrutinize it from a position of us not falling into that same logic trap ourselves. DSP somehow feels that he's us. And he's not. He's just not qualified for this. He's not smart enough. He's not deductive enough. And most importantly, he's not humble enough. He's not willing to see that he has these same failings. And so when he tries this technique of debunking someone for their logic, he fails badly.
How do you know? Again, does common sense not jive with this guy's brain?
I find it funny how DSP
You
fast forward
created the
LTG
dialogue,
bragging
not
about how
me.
much
I don't
money he
care what
makes.
you
That's
think.
yeah,
I will
pretty
take
much.
care of it. I handle my business. I've been grinding on the internet for 10 years.
Yeah, I
grind
always
on
want
the
to skip
internet for
DSP's money talk as well.
So, I mean, we have that in common for sure.
Basically. So I'm definitely
It
doing
might have
the
been
right
Snoot. I
things in
want to
life.
say it was
I don't need
Logan
to
as well,
collab
but
with
I
no
can't remember.
No,
I'm
you know,
sorry.
That's true. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You could just stay in your lane, and you could be boring, and you could sit on your island there with your little echo chamber, your bubble.
It probably was Snoot.
And
I'll just
bounce
ask
off
him.
the fucking bubble wrap of the protected walls of where you stream from, and that's fine. If that's really what you want to do, like, I don't think I can fault him for that.
And notice this language, man. Notice this language. You know, he's so quick to shit on Dale for living in this protected environment with his little bubbles and his little stream. Dude, DSP, you live in a gated community. It's so insane to me.
That's what I had to do for the longest time because my detractors are so bad. I couldn't even
Oh, okay.
branch out from what I was doing. Right?
Oh,
Like, I
okay, because
wanted
the
to,
detractors were
and I
shooting
couldn't.
at you.
Now things are changing for the better, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, no one's
So,
shooting
I
at me
mean, if
anymore.
that's really what he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. Tax
I
deductible.
guess
Like,
that's
you
that.
get it.
But I'm saying the internet wants this man to do more content. They totally. Every day people are saying, why don't you do something with LTG? Phil, this new fighting game came out. Why didn't you play him? Phil, what about this? Have him on your show. I can't.
How do you
The
make the
guy's
70
hiding
IQ scholar look
He's
smart?
hiding this
DSP
hidden
manages to find a way.
somewhere. No one knows who he is, or can't work with the guy at all. And then when he does do
Len,
stuff,
are
it's
you a
pointless.
registered therapist like Steve? Thoughtful face.
Thoughtful face? No, I am not. I got my degree in psychology for a different goal. I guess I'll tell you guys some backstory. DSP, you can listen to this and you can make fun of me for it as well. No, I went to psychology to attempt to get into human factors psychology, which for those who don't know, human factors psychology is kind of the guys who were watching Phil and they were doing the God of War 2 video with DSP. Human factor psychology is using human psychology to make better interfaces and designs and control schemes. So it's the way of making ergonomics essentially. And I got my degree in psychology and I also got a minor in digital media production. And what happened was that I applied for grad schools to get into the human factor psychology programs, and that shit was hyper competitive. And several of the schools never even messaged me back or sent anything back. So I straight up didn't get in. And the one that would have potentially let me in, like their program was considered horrible, just utterly atrocious. So I just went right into the workforce. I was never able to do that. And I am bummed out about it. I didn't get that opportunity. But I can't do what DSP did and blame the blacks. No, it was me. I didn't take my studies that seriously. My grade point average was too low. And so, of course, I wasn't going to be able to compete with the dudes who were just objectively better at their studies than me. I guess that's what I should do. I should just blame other people, Phil. I should just say it's everyone else's fault and I did nothing wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I didn't go into psychology with the intention to be a therapist. Mostly because I just felt like I would be a really bad therapist. And so not quite like that, but I do have the educational background in psychology because it was essential to learn it. So I know about the different like systems conditioning and all that. I probably couldn't hold my own if it was a discussion about it because it has been a long time since I've been in school and a lot of that knowledge has never really been used in a lot of my work. But that's it. There's some more Len lore. And DSP, you can make fun of me for it.
He didn't even get into grad school.
That's okay, Phil. You got me.
Of fucking interviews that are worthless and do nothing for it. Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't need to have niggas on my
Yeah, it
stream.
does
I don't
count,
need to
I agree.
collab. I'm not hungry for collabs. I got an authentic fan base that fucks with me. And I'm not going to.
You know what they call lawyers, dude? Law students who go to bad schools.
Like that.
That's true.
A guy's been bad mouthing me.
You've been bad mouthing
Making
him this
factual
entire
observations
video,
is
Phil.
bad-mouthing, right? No, there was no bad mouthing. What happened was
Oh, I gotta blame the Jews.
suggestions
Okay.
were made that we make content.
The
together.
the space ones.
Badmouthed me. You made comments about my appearance, about my setup. You made all these comments that were very insulting.
You
And I had
just
to lose
insulted
weight,
the
and I
shit
had to
out of
fix
this
my
man for the
hairline,
last
I had to work on my
what,
sexy. I had to get a better webcam. I had to get a
20
better
minutes?
do all these things to even qualify to have a collab with you. That was the first words out of your mouth. It wasn't, I'm just not interested, which it seems like what you're saying now. It was all these insults. So once the insults start rolling off of your tongue, then you're going to get it back. Now you're like, oh, I'm not
Stop
gonna
saying
work
the
with
N
insults.
word.
You
Also,
did it
DSP
first,
says
'cause you're
retard.
insecure.
Yeah.
So you did it first.
Well, I
Now
mean,
you get it back. You can't
retard
be
is
like,
kind
oh,
of
no,
fine
no.
for DSP because it is kind of his word.
Well, I don't
Act.
know what else to tell you, man.
So I'm saying, like, these niggas want me to come on here and leak receipts and tax returns, and I'm not.
No one's asking for that. When did I ever say leak a receipt or a tax return?
That's
I
not
think
what
he's
he's saying,
grouping you with other
DSP. He's
people.
not being literal.
Seriously, I think there's people who like I don't even know what's going on. Is there a drama arc going on with LTG right now about his money? See, I didn't even know that. Is that true? Does anyone know if that's actually happening?
Yes,
Because if
Phil.
that's the case, I need to say this, and this should hopefully someone will give this portion to LTG. This has nothing to do with that at all. I don't even know about that.
That's funny,
I don't
little
care
shadow.
about how much you make. I don't care about nothing. Like that has nothing to do with that. People are saying yes, there is actually a drama arc going on right now. He has $121,000 in debt. But I didn't know.
So DSP didn't know anything, but went ahead and lashed out at this person anyway. DSP has an issue if you do that. If you don't know what you're talking about and you lash out at him. So DSP really should have just deleted the stream because everything that he said was an error and he was stupid.
Know that. I don't.
I
care.
wanna see
I'm
DSP in a roast
responding
battle.
to
Oh, me
his
too.
reactions to me. Do you understand? He's like grouping me in with people who I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yes?
And now I know.
How does
what's
that
going on.
feel,
I
Phil?
don't care about
Tell
that.
me.
I don't care about his debt. I don't care about what he makes. What I care about is what he says to me. And when he says to me, "Pay me all this money up front to do a
Mhm.
collab," that's never going to happen because you're not worth
I would
it.
agree. I didn't go to
Get it? That's
university.
all. I don't care about anything else. So I will say this then: if he was misunderstanding, I apologize for
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
look.
Because I didn't care about that at all.
It was one of those things where, yeah, going back, I would definitely change everything. I definitely would take my shit more seriously and take whatever school I could get. The thing was that I had already kind of entered the workforce by the time I got these letters back. Because the plan was that I was just going to work until I heard an answer back, and then I just kind of stuck there. But it's fine. I don't really have a whole lot of frustration and regrets over it because I don't know. I feel like my life turned out super sick. I'm not bummed out about that, and I got a pretty badass job that I have, and I wouldn't really trade it for much of anything. So unlike Phil, who has all these levels of bitterness over how life turned out for him and how it wasn't his fault and all that, of course, I could have done things better, but I'm pretty happy with how I turned it around.
I don't give a shit about his personal stuff
Besides,
behind the
if
scenes.
I
Why
had
would
just
It's
actually
no one's fucking
succeeded,
business, in
I'd
my
be
opinion.
making
But
video games for
don't group me in
Darkside
with those other
Phil,
assholes
and
who
I would
hate
only be
lobbying you
contributing to the problem.
and harassing you about that shit because that's not what I'm talking about here.
Not doing any of that for nobody. I gave you two numbers from 2018, 2020. Take what you want with it. Yeah, trying to
So
lecture
that
me
the whole
on
segment
money.
was he was talking to his detractors basically. He wasn't talking to me. How
What's
dumb.
this method?
You can't do that. Like, you can't go band for band with me, as a black nigga would say. This is a joke to me.
Oh, as a black what?
I mean, I did that just out of love for Destiny. That's why I did the little collab with him. I just like.
Did you
Well,
hear
that's
what he
what's
just
up,
said?
Stefan.
He did the collab with Destiny out of love for him.
No, you did it out of clout.
That's probably the worst thing you could have said. Is he not aware that in the last year Destiny has been like fucking embarrassed and felted left and right? Yeah, he didn't pay any
DSP,
attention
you
to
want
it,
to
right?
discuss these
Yeah, he's
feltings?
trying to get into intellectual discussions with people. People are wiping the floor with him. He's got a whole drama arc going on with his relationship.
Hmm.
He's got all this fucking stuff going on. He thinks, oh, I love Destiny. I got to collab with that guy. Oh my god, like, dude, what on earth are you talking about?
I don't know. Here's what I know. Yeah, exactly. Into the abyss.
Sure, you
Very
totally didn't do
toxic.
it because you thought it was going to give you a boost. You did it because you love Destiny. That's a really
That's what
really
you did, Phil.
embarrassing
You
thing to say.
just talked
Like,
about how you got a
you know,
boost.
like the shit that he.
Now
got
he's
going on and
crazy for
everything
trying
like
to get a
that.
boost.
But
Man, Phil, shut up, man.
I mean, ultimately, I don't gain any.
And this is exactly what he accuses us of doing, which is not necessarily an inaccurate accusation, where he says that no matter what he does, the detractors are still going to give him shit for it. It doesn't matter what LTG does because DSP is still going to give him shit for it because DSP was just talking about how, oh, I did this thing and I had a positive boost. Dale says, yeah, I tried to do this thing. I didn't really get a positive boost off of it. DSP says, well, why were you trying to get a positive boost? Dude, are they really a series of clones? How do you not remember this, Phil? You were there.
Thing from doing collabs. If I do them in the first place, I gain nothing for it.
And that's the problem. This is the problem.
Exactly, like
He
Brady.
had the
It's a
big
chain
thing
of
with
that
Jay
shit.
Snyder 100 years ago, and he got so publicly embarrassed during that, right? And since then, he's tried to recover, and he looks like he did a few more, and every time he does it, nothing happens, right? Nothing happens for this man.
Oh my
now
God,
he's like,
Spaghetti
there's
Sam.
absolutely no way I would do it unless I'm guaranteed some kind of a benefit, and in his mind, that's a payday. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he needs the
Why
payday.
doesn't he? Why doesn't
If
he
doesn't
deserve
get
that
the
though, Phil?
payday,
Well, I mean, I can tell you why he doesn't deserve it, but
he's freaking out that, you know, I won't
why
get,
don't you accept
I'll
that,
get ripped
DSP?
off or whatever. I think it's exactly what it is. And
oh, someone's getting banned.
oh wow,
Oh, yeah, toss him.
I have a big shout out to do. I'm so
Oh,
sorry
hell
for this
yeah,
person.
shout
I
outs.
really
You wouldn't know
apologize.
anything about this, Dale.
I have a big shout out to do, and we're gonna do it in a second.
Huge
okay?
shout
Let me
out.
finish my thought.
Actually, it's
he's
taking a
looking for,
couple
he's looking for a
minutes.
big payday, and I understand that. If you've done a bunch
You're
of collabs
fine, Wilson.
and none of them panned out, and you really, I mean, because what it is you can tell as he talks, there's this persona and this bullshit he protrudes forward.
Oh,
I'm rich.
tell me more
I
about
make all
this,
these bands,
Phil.
blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden the truth comes through. Man, I did all these collabs in the past and I got nothing out of it. Right? That's the truth. That's all he has to say. Literally, all he has to say is, "Listen, DSP, I don't want to do a collab with you because I've done collabs in the past. They don't work out. I never get anything out of it, whether it's money, whether
He
it's
did say that,
popularity.
Phil.
I never get anything out of it.
Protrudes,
whatsoever.
yeah, I like that. He's
And because
picking
of
up
that, I'm afraid to do
Daleisms.
another one because it looks like it never works out. So it's like I kind of understand. So what he's saying is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This would be what his fourth, fifth collab that he doesn't want. He doesn't think he's gonna.
He
get anything
was
out of it.
very
Sorry,
clear
here's the
about
question.
that at the beginning,
I'm not
Phil.
gonna pay this guy any money. He doesn't deserve it. All right. But how do we guarantee this man that he gets something out of it? Right?
Oh my
how?
Lord.
How do we do that?
Dude
Right? That's
does
the
not pay
question.
attention.
Everyone wants to see me either play him in Street Fighter or interview him or whatever. So
Yeah, he
how do
did
you do
as
that,
well,
right? That's
Fourth
what we gotta
Rider.
really figure out. And I think that's the discussion we should begin. Like, how do we get this guy some kind of a guaranteed benefit? So if he actually does it, he'll get something out of it. That,
I'll tell you
know
what,
I
he can have
completely and
Derek.
Utterly 100% understand that.
Honestly, Dale and
That I
Derek
don't
would
think I have an issue
bond.
with whatsoever. But I just wish that this guy,
Exactly, I agree. He's a hero.
would tell the truth, because he doesn't. That's the problem. If
Oh,
he would just
really?
Say what it is. then the
Elaborate,
problem is,
Phil.
then I think people would understand. But he's like, he so mixes it with so much bullshit that you can't even get to the point. Like, look, we had to take so long to get to this part that
Because
we
you
figured out
kept
what he was
pausing
saying.
it,
And now
stupid.
we kind of get it, right? The problem is there's another 11 minutes. You really think I'm going to listen to another 11 minutes of this? Of course
I don't
I
know.
do.
Let's see the video.
I'm listening to another 11 minutes of this. Absolutely not.
Oh,
All
well,
right,
we'll
but we're gonna
see.
get through it because I've actually heard something in this. I want to know about because someone said he's
Exactly.
Keemstar,
Spaghetti Sam.
and I want to hear that part.
I would
All
love
right?
to see
I wanna hear
DSP
that
do
part, and
book
I know it's
reading
coming. I just don't
sessions.
know what point.
'Cause
Okay. And yes,
Look,
someone-
look, as much as I love literature, literature teachers were so full of shit. And I get it. But you know, and that's exactly the thing. They'd say, well, the artist or the author described the room as blue because they wanted to get through to you that he was in a sad state, because blue is the color of sad. That's not how I operate at all when I write my stories. Me, I'm like, the room was blue because the shit's blue. I don't care. The dude felt like painting it blue. And DSP doing literature classes would be hilarious. I would love to see it. It would be very infuriating, but it would be hilarious.
So apparently the room is blue. So what that means is, okay. So what that means is when you've got a blue room, all right? So back in 2008, I lost my job, and I felt very sad, and so it just felt like my room was blue. And that's a very condensed version. That would have lasted the entire rest of the class. Oh, hell yeah.
So someone did a very generous tip. I'm gonna shout it out, but I want to try to get through this first. I swear, I'm very sorry because I missed someone had done a generous.
I
tip,
like
and
my
missed it.
pain
And they did a
sometimes.
small tip. They said,
Blue
"You missed it." No,
Blanc,
I saw it. I'm
exactly.
sorry. That's my fault.
I was very
swear I'll
sad.
shout it out.
Blanca
Okay.
cheered me up.
But it's just more so like, all right, I fuck with the person, I'm gonna do the collab, but why would I like do a collab with this nigga? Like,
And
what
I do
gain
have
from this? He
moments
puts
where I
on
kind
his
of
YouTube
dripped
channel.
into that of literature discussion.
It goes on
I
his YouTube channel.
hyper
All the hate
analyze
comments
some
go on his
things.
YouTube channel.
Come on, not
Niggas are
everything super deep.
congratulating him. Like, I get nothing for it. You feel me?
Bro, why did you just say this up front? Dude, Mr.
He
Sparrow,
did.
Why didn't you just say this?
He did.
That's all you had to say. Why do we have to go back and forth for like 3 weeks?
He
All you
did.
had
He
to
did
say
at the
was
very
right up front.
beginning,
This would've
Phil.
Fixed everything. We would have known exactly what's going on because now that we know
Oh
what's going
my
on, we
Lord.
can tackle the problem. We can work on it. We can try to figure out how could this benefit you. That's the truth. I get it. Why on earth would you do a collab that doesn't benefit you? Why didn't you just say that, man? I hate people that beat around the bush. At least now we got the answer.
He
So
said
in
it
order
at
for
the
me to
beginning,
endure
Phil. The
the
very first
jokes
video, he
and
said, I get
bullshit,
nothing from this.
I need, you know
And you
what?
ignored
Instead
it.
of 5, now I need 25,000. Price just went up on it.
Very good, Phil. I love your fake laughter.
Simple. So give me 5 games.
He said
I'll play this Street Fighter again. But, like, it's very simple. Anybody that wants clout off me,
I will not get any clout
Stop
off.
it!
Clout.
Stop it!
I've always said you're the
Stop
best.
whining.
They've wanted to see this.
I never said I was the black DSP. Oh my God.
$25,000.
What's wrong with this dude?
He thinks he's worth $25,000.
Can you like
This guy
shut up?
actually thinks he's worth $25,000.
Oh, definitely normal Jinx. It'd be hilarious.
I gotta keep going because I said I've been told I have to.
I want to
do
see
this room, which is a
DSP
really
teach
interesting part.
wood shop. Chop his hand off.
Well,
Well, you
coming
don't
up?
want to do that.
I never even said that. But Scott said that shit on Twitter like 10 years ago, bro.
Oh, now we're back to the old webcam that's not moving. I'm so confused. And
Who
who's he
cares,
targeting?
Phil? You're not
Poor
paying
guy.
attention anyway.
Crossover happened for ages. I've heard it throughout the year.
What the
People
hell
always
happened?
ask me for it,
What
but I
dropped?
can't give it to you because he refuses.
Oh, the piss
Alright.
bottle dropped.
Just pay me.
No one's going to ever pay you. Ever. No one. No one's going to offer you money up front for anything. There's no value there. They you
I want
do
DSP to
content
accidentally
first.
insult
It's
DSP.
happening.
Come
That's
on, do
how
it.
Content creation on the internet works.
And who's this obnoxious guy in the
This guy
background?
giving me money. This guy's telling me, of all people, how content creation works on the internet.
Yeah, obviously I have.
Exactly,
to. You
Kapathic.
tried it your way and you got banned from every single platform. You hide your content after you make it. I'm pretty sure I know how to make content better than you. You know, I've been
Oh,
around 16 years.
wow.
I'm not going anywhere.
Your
And you're hiding in a
content
little corner of the
sucks,
internet
Phil.
because you're not welcome anywhere. I'm pretty sure I know how to make content better than you, Mr. Sparrow.
He actually called him Sparrow. What a loser.
You're telling me that?
Exactly, Spaghetti Sam. DSP now has
Just
value
partner.
to his
Just
name.
Just admit I'm gonna beat you.
Is
That's
LTG
what I'm
bankrupt?
doing.
Technically.
Yeah.
Come on the show instead. Just come on the
I
show.
mean, he doesn't have any money.
Give me money. Not PR money either. Something that like
See how bad this is? So he has the video at very low volume, so you can barely hear it, and he's commenting over it. But then his webcam's there, but it's his old webcam. But then it's the new webcam. But then it's the old webcam.
You're
again.
the
It's most
only
confusing
person in
piece
this
of content.
room
You can't
bothered
even
by
follow
that,
what's
Phil.
going on because he's so
I'm more
fucking
bothered by this
convoluted.
little
Like, I can't figure out what's going on.
yammering
I just wanna get to
shithead
this
up
part
in the
'cause I was
corner.
told to watch this part. I don't know where it is though. We have fucking 9 more minutes.
Did
to
you
get. We
mention
better
you
not
talked
have
to
9
Keem
minutes.
about LTG? No, I hadn't heard that part.
I need 10 bands for this.
Now he wants 10. He's insane. Dude, I got offered 5 times more than that. This might be part of something. No one offers you anything, dude. You're not getting anything.
This nigga's an idiot. Like
Yes? Yes?
Keemstar offered me an undisclosed amount that was way more than 50K
How's it going,
to do
Greenlight?
XYZ. I'm gonna just leave it at that though. Nobody offers me anything. I'm
That
just
part
a
is
bum, guys.
Phil actually believes his content is
You
better,
heard
and
what
the
he
flaming
just said.
dumpster fire setup is also
You heard
better.
exactly what he just said.
No,
right?
it's crazy to me.
You just heard that. That was out of his mouth. I didn't create that clip. He made that clip.
Look. Hey, I make better content than you. This is the same dude that reacts to himself after decades saying React content is lazy, and he's the only person that agrees with himself. Yeah, exactly, Trevin. Even if I'm at my most charitable. Oh, goodness.
Spend it on burgers.
Thank you very much, Greenlight. This next rant is sponsored by you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. DSP, even if you took away all the factors of him just being a shithead and just tabulated the quality of the content, no, Dale does technically beat DSP because, for one thing, Dale does have moments where he's legitimately kind of funny or has these explosive meltdowns that lead into these gigantic coping sessions. And even if you measure them next to each other, DSP, when he flips out in a game, it's usually very monotonous. He will say there's too much lag, this guy's a pattern player, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it just kind of circles the drain. Very rarely do you get something extra spicy when you have DSP complaining about fighting games. Now, listen to Dale losing a fighting game. This guy goes in so many different directions with it. He's screaming about all these different things. So just using the metric of their most entertaining content, Dale still wins. And when it comes to their React content, Dale wins. Like, it's not even close. DSP will just sit there and say, well, that reminds me of when I lost my helicopter job. Dale's over here saying, this kind of reminds me of, so I was like, this chick was sucking my dick, right? And I was, I was trying to look up Under Armour shirts. Like, it's immediately funnier. I'm immediately more interested in Dale's story, even though it's clearly bullshit. It's just goofier. And no, DSP, you do lose in this metric pretty handedly. Thank you very much, Greenlight. I appreciate it.
Right?
The fact that Dale still gets sponsorships and still gets invited to tournaments, well, yeah. Sometimes.
rube.
And he also
What a
had a
fucking rube.
t-shirt company.
He doesn't know that I talked to Keemstar.
Think about rage
He
quitting
thinks,
with
you know, he
Daniel
thinks, like, I
Lord.
can't
Levels of
verify
whining
anything.
and complaining is
He's a
worse than
rube.
most of
Now, I'm not
DSP.
gonna
He's
show
very
you Keemstar
frustrating to
again,
get through.
But I'm going to read it word for word. You ready?
I have to watch it maybe
I
like
said last
every
night
couple
to
weeks.
Keemstar, did you know LTG is saying you offered him undisclosed amounts and apparently he refused you? I find it very hard to believe considering you're public with your projects and that's pretty dishonest. Not that I'm trying to stir up drama or anything.
Oh, of course not.
And I showed him the
Obviously
clip.
not.
And Keem responded. And here's what Keem says. I was trying to set up LTG with a boxing match. Okay, so it must have been that happy punch. So basically after Boogie and Wings.
Who's he going to
boxed,
fight?
He wanted to have LTG box someone at Happy Punch. I don't remember what the offer was, but I don't think that's what he's saying here. So
Exactly,
what he's
Normal
saying is
Jinx.
there's no way that's what he offered him. All right. And I responded, I guarantee you it is. He's grossly over exaggerating as he always does. So the truth of the matter is, no, LTG, you weren't offered way more than 50K to go on Happy Punch because Boogie and Wings went on Happy Punch. And how much did they make? Anyone know how much money they made? It wasn't 50K. I can tell you that. People, I think, was it 10K? People are saying it was 10K. He offers 10K for boxing, right? He outright is telling me right in this DM, no, you know, that's not what this is. Like, there's no way.
So
he
hold
offered
on a
that.
second.
If it was,
Hold on a second. So you're saying that you can go talk to the source says something, and then you can listen to that source. Is that what I'm understanding, Phil? Phil, that's not fair. You're not being fair. Because when other people try and seek sources out about you, they're all liars, and they're manipulators, and they're toxified, and they hated me and my content, and you can't trust them. But this person, Keemstar, is completely on your side? You're just going to believe everything he says? It's unfair, man.
he doesn't remember specifically what he offered him, but that can't be what he's referencing. Well,
Yeah,
then
what
what
he
is
does. I thought
referencing?
DSP doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know, except that he
The only
does.
association team ever had with LTG was offering him a Happy Punch boxing match, and that's 10K. So you're caught, dude. Red-handed. You're an idiot. The moment
really?
that you open your mouth about dumb shit like this,
Oh, really?
you're fucked. You should have just kept your mouth shut instead of this is his web of lies. All he had to do was say, "I want a way to benefit from the collab."
He did
That's
say
all
that.
he had to say. I
He
want a
did
way to
say that.
benefit from the collab, and then we can work
He
on
did
that
say
and figure it
that.
out.
First episode
Instead, you make
of
up all these
this.
bullshit excuses. I was offered 50K to be a part of a podcast. You were likely offered 10K to do Happy Punch, and you turned it down. But now you lie about it a year later, like no one's gonna know. Everyone fucking knows everything.
Except when they
Everyone knows.
think they know something about
get no
Phil.
money
That's
in
all
life.
lies.
I drive shit vehicles.
All right, we're done. Because you see what he's doing? He's down to the pity party again, where I don't have this, I don't have that. No one cares. But you see, that's the thing. Like,
Can Phil
he
even
is
box?
obsessed with his own
He can
image
give
and
empty
his
game
personal
boxes.
success.
That's about as close
And
as he can get.
In reality, no one gives a shit. And if you want to know the truth, do you want to know why? Okay, here's why. Are you ready for this? Let me go back to the better, because this is a better shot of him right there.
Oh,
Okay.
my
And
Lord.
in fact, hold on.
If Dale's done
All right,
talking, I'm
let
done
me get something
listening.
here. Let's zoom in. Let's
Oh
enhance.
yeah, let's enhance.
Okay. And then let's
Enhance
again.
the ROG.
And let's enhance.
Zoom in on ROG.
Enhance.
ROG identified.
Enhance. Yes, this is from Super Troopers. Enhance. Okay.
No,
Now-
that's sort of.
Now, you want to know why people say this guy has no money? Here's why. all right?
Exactly,
Take
Uki.
a look at his setup. I'm going to say this again. Those felt squares that are behind him, you can buy those in a pack of 12 to 20 for about $25. You
So?
can buy them everywhere. They're very
So?
common on the internet. All right.
So
You just use two-sided tape to hang them. There's no
So?
kind of rack or whatever. That's why he just has it willy-nilly on his wall there.
You don't
And the
actually know
entire
that?
backdrop there is
Zoom
probably
in on the lower
$60
left.
maybe. I mean, we're pushing it.
We're
'Cause I've
already
actually
there.
seen website. You can believe it. There's websites that give that out for free. Like they'll do a free trial to the website, and they'll just send you a pack of like 40 of those.
Why
for
didn't
free.
you do that,
So
Phil?
maybe he got it free. You don't even know, right? But I'm just
So
saying,
he's a good
like, the backdrop,
businessman?
cheap.
Squares are their hex.
You know what
Yeah.
the backdrop is? This is Elgato
Basically the
foam
same
backdrop.
thing. I
Okay,
went to
6 of these
geometry
panels
school.
is between $50 to $80. 6. Okay, my whole wall.
A
is
fool
covered
and
in
his
it.
money are soon
It looks
parted,
good.
Phil.
It pops on camera, right?
Not
His
really.
lighting is like a dorm room lamp.
Okay, what
see
can you
that?
see
He
more
doesn't have-
distinctly? What can you see more distinctly? DSP's wall or DSP's foam with his wall? Like here it is right here. This is where it intersects. You can barely even see. You can only see the shadow on the blue right here. Can you see the blue tiles? Barely anything. So already DSP, you're just wrong because I can clearly distinguish between these panels and the wall, or rather the door here, and that the colors are pretty distinct with each other. I actually like black, gray, and white. I always think it's a very good color scheme. So DSP is pulling at shit that doesn't really make any sense. And furthermore, again, we're proving Dale right here in his assessment that people can do all this auditing on his money, and it's just all fake. Much like how DSP is going to claim that those bank leaks aren't his. It's all fake. But what is DSP doing right now? He's trying to audit Dale's worth based on what he can see.
Have a ring light. He doesn't have like studio lighting. He's got like a
Leffy
dorm room
knows, but
lamp in
LTG responded to
and
this
you can't see
yesterday. I think.
anything,
That's next.
right? I have good lighting in the front, and I have a lighting system behind me that's moving, that changes colors. You can tell what day I'm fucking streaming because my camera's different. You see? I've got things in
Exactly.
the background that are nice. I
It's
got things
ZP.
that's two actual content
His,
I'm talking about. It actually
honestly, I
goes
like
there.
Dale's setup
I've got
better than
a cool
DSP's
retro
because
thing
Dale's
from
is
the
very
past of
minimal
gaming
and
that I
it's
got at
not
an
very
convention over
distracting.
10 years ago.
DSP's setup is
It's a
annoying.
collector's item, right? I've got things from my fans. These are all donations from my fans who
Okay.
like me and my content. Maybe if you actually had some fans who liked you could have stuff like this.
Yeah,
too.
maybe you could have some
But that's the
stupid
problem.
shit,
Like,
except Dale
all you have
doesn't
is
want
this
that.
You don't have anything to show.
He
right?
doesn't want it. He
So-
wants
and then you
shoes,
look at the rest of his
maybe.
background. He's got a cat tree. Has his cat ever going to show up? We were watching a
Yes,
few of
the
these. I
cat
haven't
does
seen
show
cat.
up.
So I don't know
He
what
yells at the
tactics you're
cat.
here for. You've got an LED wall.
Okay, so a little bit of fun little lore about Dale is one time he was speculating on if his cat was gay because his boy cat kept licking the other boy cat. Just fun little detail about Dale.
All right. That's on the side. Why is it over there? If you bought it, why don't you show it on your camera? Probably it's shitty. You
I'm
probably bought a
blind. Do
shitty
I
LED
care
wall that
about
looks like
this
shit,
felt
so he hides it by
LTG
putting it
head?
on the
No.
side so no one can see how bad it is, right? 'Cause it's
Now
not
they
a
both
problem.
need a green
If
screen.
you had bands, if you had money, you would spend it on your setup, and people would be able to see everything there. It would look good.
Your setup looks
awful.
good?
It's legit bad, like legit, really fucking
Okay.
bad. You need a better webcam. You need better lighting. You need backdrop lighting. You need a good
DSP,
fucking
according to
sound
you,
system
your
that
fans
looks good on
donated your
wall.
whole
You
setup.
put
Yeah, so he just
right?
outsources
Then
to his
people would
fans.
say, this
Nice.
guy's broke. Because when you see shit like that, you think you're broke. Is it not true that as soon as I started making money this year, I spent it on the setup? Did I not? Is that the first thing I did? I started improving my setup. So if you're making
So let's go back here a second. I wanna. It's something of a callback. Let's bring up this recent video. I believe we just watched it. Hold on, there you go. This is from H and Proper, and this is the interview. Look at Joon the King's background. Now let's go back to DSP's. I'm back. Forth. Back. Forth. Why didn't he call Joon broke?
You have money, you scam people, you gonna spend it on burgers?
LTG was reminiscing recently about being a teen and licking honey off a girl from his school. Fake, but he was cheesing. Unk needs a wood chipper.
Thank you very much, Medbear. I appreciate it. And that goes to what I was saying, that LTG he has more insane moments that are more entertaining than Phil. And I will say DSP, let me put it this way. DSP has more insane moments, but they're very low level in terms of just outlandish nonsense. Unless he's defending himself, then we reach that point. Where Dale, whenever he does open up, it's the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And so on that factor, I'd feel like Dale is more entertaining on that particular respect. Definitely recently, DSP has become so boring over time. But thank you very much, Meth Bear. I appreciate it. Yeah, Joon was in the witness protection house. It kind of looks like it. Now, why didn't he call him broke? Look at this. I don't see any kick-ass figurines that his fans have given him. I don't see any LED signs that say Joon the King back here. I don't see any shirts that say Joonamania or something like that. Yeah, that sounded a little toxified. But I don't see any of that. So clearly Joon the King is broke as shit. He doesn't have any money. And he's a loser, according to DSP's logic. It's really not any different.
get all this money, why the fuck don't you make a good
DSP's
setup
background
so
looks
you
like
look
it's for
professional?
children. Yeah, it's
Instead, you sit
overwhelming.
there looking like a bum.
Well, the
in your
tracker,
Covenant shirt,
catch
your own
the tracker
shirt,
beam stream on
right?
this. Phil leaked he has a Teemo account with
You know,
things in his
so,
cart currently. No,
it's
I
this
didn't see
simple.
that.
It's DSP's How to Fix Your Image seminar. All right. If you don't want people to think
That's
you're
funny,
broke,
Spaghetti Sam.
don't present yourself as broke to the public. Get rid of your Dollar General felt background. Put your fucking LED strips up where people can see them. Buy a light. Buy a backdrop light. All the things that.
And this is what DSP did not listen. He did not listen to a single word that Dale said. Because Dale said, "I'm not like one of these typical. Well, I'm not going to floss my wealth in front of you," which is because he doesn't have any. But DSP, he should be able to accept that, but he just doesn't. He only further proved Dale's point, which that's the ultimate loss that you can ever really suffer against a locale. Don't feel bad that, you know, DSP or Dale at any point might have had more money than you. The real loss is when they're right. And DSP doesn't realize it, but he has actually self-felt it himself. Because what he did was he allowed LTG to be right. And that is the worst thing you can do with these dudes. Congratulations, Phil.
everyone else does that make your setup look good, fucking do something to present yourself well to the internet, and no one will keep saying you're broke. All right.
Does
So all you
Dale
gotta
know
do,
what lines do when the
but
lines
instead, you
aren't
sit
heat?
there
Oh my
hoping
god,
and
I
say,
don't
well,
know.
I don't have to prove
Scared.
nothing. Then don't prove it, but at least show effort. And maybe people will be like, all right, maybe he's not full of shit, right? But don't care what car you drive or whatever. You know, it's your fucking public persona that people have issue with. Not what you're doing in your private
Oh,
life.
how about
look,
that,
Look how
Phil?
you present. You're like a bum. A bum. A
You
broke
have
bum.
money, you
That's
scam
what you
people,
look like
you
right
gonna
now.
spend it on
I
burgers.
can't believe that.
Phil thinks your setup is purely just to show off, doesn't understand people buying things to display privately. It all needs to be shown off.
Exactly, Normal Jinx. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Because I mean, you guys have seen whenever I turn on my camera, you guys could look around my basement that I stream from, and my room kicks ass. Like I got so much cool shit here. But the thing about it is that it would be distracting, and I already distracted enough, so I like to use the green screen, so all that shit's gone. But whenever somebody does ask for something, I can go and show them that. And DSP just doesn't see it that way. He just sees if I own this shit, it should all be behind me. Because that's what people like. They like seeing all these doodads behind me. DSP operates under Applebee's logic. You know, people are going to sit there and discuss the ski poles, or they're going to discuss this road sign that says Big Pimpin'. You know, they're not going to discuss any of that. By the way, I have a sign that says Big Pimpin' Avenue. My wife got it for me. And he thinks that's what's his stream. You know, these people in chat are going to get gravitated to his Metal Gear Rising Revengeance statue thing. It's like, well, I might be. But the Mario Prince and the Mega Man Prince, hell no. It's stupid. I don't want to see all that. It's distracting. But yeah, exactly, Normal Jinx. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's your backdrop. I really can't believe this guy is saying.
Yeah,
he makes
exactly,
names,
Lord
and he has
Disparity. He
literally
just needs to get people to donate
the
this.
fucking dollars to their background that everyone has. Like everyone has that fucking background because it's cheap. That just kills me.
Doesn't
the guy
matter.
Bragging about how much money he makes has the cheapest fucking background possible, and he's complaining. I mean, I seriously search for it right now. You know what? Fuck this. I'll find it. Hold on.
I think you should
I know
like
you guys
Ricky.
think I'm fucking around here.
I think
I'm really
DSP
not
should
kidding.
lean
Hold
into
on a
the
second,
dictators
alright?
of the past and just have giant
I wish this
portraits of
was a joke.
himself in the background.
Here.
How's it going, Morgana? All right, let's see. Amputee. What was that? What was the first thing? Hold on,
Here we
DSP.
go.
I'm being nosy. What's your search
Here.
results? What's your search fill-ins? Okay, hot. Marvel versus. What were we? Why are we looking up hot? What's X? Okay, I know what that is. I was gonna say, what are we? X dot sin. All right. Anna Puma Interactive Games. I want to say that DSP, he didn't want to type in anything specific, but what he did was he just complained to Google, "I'm hot. How do I cool down?" But instead of saying anything, he just typed in hot. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Black Ops. I can't see the other ones down here because of his stupid ass text in the way. Hot.
Soundproofing
Oh,
Here we go.
okay. No, I know what it was. The DSP was on his phone, right? And he had his other hand right on the burner of the stove. And so he responded as best he could. He typed in hot on the Google.
Look at this. 12 pieces for $14.
Twitter when drug release
12
works.
pieces for $14, dude.
DSP
Right there's the
boxed
first thing
again
that
by
pops up.
himself.
Yeah, green light. I do love the DSP show writers because this is actually a reference to Dale, because Dale does this. He does searches right there in front of people, and then his search result will be something like "big booty Latina." And it's right there, and then he gets annoyed when people point it out. I was like, "Well, dude, you could have just opened it in the other window or something." DSP, I'm gonna go ahead and open this so people can see that I was looking up hot. What exactly is hot? I don't really have any neural synapses or sensory system. What is that? I never heard of it.
There it is. That looks exactly like it.
Thank you very
Here's the
much,
different
Green Light. I
colors you can get.
appreciate
Now
it.
this one, it looks like it's a nice set. This is
Yeah,
more
it's
expensive.
because it's a
But look at how
huge
cheap
one.
that shit is. 20. Here's a 12 pack.
Twitter window. Yeah, exactly, Biga.
Right? Like, I'm not making it up.
Drunken
By the
man
way, I'm
creeds
almost
across the
positive if
internet.
You click on this, you get them for free.
Full setup looks like a shitty Pee Wee
Look,
Playhouse, and if you
$200
don't know,
bundle,
Paul Rubens
right?
was on
$200
Spectrum.
bundle.
I feel like
Like a
DSP
million
should just go
bottles,
even
29
further
left.
with it. That's
So you
you'll
get it for
see why
free.
he docks
You get,
himself.
If you do
Look
shit,
at
you get like
Timu.
this
When
introductory
you know,
offer for
okay.
fucking free. So it's what
Oh
I'm
shit,
saying,
there's
like,
Timu right
it's
there.
the cheapest one. He literally just searched soundproofing. He clicked on the $14 one and he got it.
Wait.
Like, it's if you do shit, you get like this introductory offer for fucking free.
Oh,
So it's
DSP,
what
you have
I'm
an
saying,
account.
Like, it's the cheapest. You get like this introductory offer. For
Oh shit! Hey, far out, man. Hey, I'm proud of you, Phil. You're searching for things to improve the stream. Can we look at our search history? What are we looking for? Can you buy HOTS from Timu?
fucking free.
That's
So
good.
it's
Thank
what
you
I'm
for
saying,
pointing that
it's
out.
the cheapest one. He literally just searched soundproofing. He clicked on the $14 one and he got it in his fucking background. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly, Master Beef.
you can't make this up. I wish it was a joke. I wish, but I'm not,
All right, very
Oh,
good,
I'm
Phil.
done. I mean, this took too long. That's what I mean. 20-minute clip.
This was
I didn't
fun,
wanna do
Phil.
this
I
for
like
fucking
this.
So long. It took way too long. Now I can't even get to my news because we got shout outs to do and I'm done. We don't have time for anything else.
Oh
It
man.
took too goddamn long to get through this segment. All right. But like, holy shit, dude. People are saying watch the. No, I'm done. He said watch the end. I'm not watching the end. I don't care.
Having the phone
It's too
behind you
long.
really doesn't do
He
anything.
beats around
It
the
doesn't
bush.
even really
Literally, all he
reduce
had to say
sound.
was,
Not
"Hey,
really.
I don't want to do the collab because I can't benefit from it." Like that's it. That's all he had
What
to
an
say.
idiot buy
That's
non-expensive
literally all he
shit.
had to say.
Yeah, just it's all the same.
I don't even know what else to say or do. Like, you know what I mean?
You haven't
Like-
said or
like
done anything
100%,
worthwhile in
that
this
would've been the end
entire
of it.
sequence, Phil.
That would have
You've only
100% been the end of it, but
debunked
instead
yourself.
He fucking. All right, we're done. I gotta do shout outs and then we gotta get out of here.
Well, I'm
We're
happy to
not here today.
entertain Master Beef.
Got the drip go.
Oh, God.
Got the drip go.
Attractive women. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Now on to what Dale has to say about it. What's Six Erican up to?
Pick up the phone.
This isn't a social call.
Remove wanted off the radar.
No problem. I'll
All right.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're gonna get that. Hey, what's up, Dale?
Rest in peace.
To this Rog? You hate black
What is
people, Phil. Or Dale. Well, Phil.
All right, I'm gonna turn my cam off for this.
Wait, isn't this the same one?
Because if low tier guy would climb out of his castle
Okay.
to be on level.
Is it this one?
The thing about this fucking DSP bullshit, I was gonna click on it until I seen like
How's it going, Psychotic Assault?
until I seen the title. I'm like, man, I'm not clicking on this shit. So it says DSP drops a new Cooks LTG, calling him broke and leaking his deal. You're a broke bum with a dollar store set up.
Oh, no.
Like as soon as the guy
Yeah, me
called
too,
broke,
Greenlit. I
just
wanna
had
see
to
it.
laugh. Like I said, if I really wanted to, I could just like show one tax receipt of
That's cap.
taxes.
Yeah, that's not true.
cap.
That's not true.
Cap.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cap.
Like, if I
That's
really
cap.
wanted
That's
to.
cap.
So
Shut the
it's-
fuck up,
Like
bro.
I'm
You
not gonna
lying.
go back and forth with a bum. So what I did was I kept shit very simple.
I like his clown pro. Very
Instead
nice.
of responding or clicking on the video, which I'm not going to. I mean, it's just simple. Here's like a DM or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
So this is from May
Hope you were
9,
doing...
2023.
he'll read it.
You can see he's like obviously trying to, I guess, be polite and get me on this podcast, whatever the fuck.
Behind him showing pictures
He says,
crapping on other people's
Hey, I hope
content. It's
you're
beautiful.
doing well. I have.
I want to hear. I want to hear DSP impression.
Hey, I hope you're doing well. I have purposely stayed away from doing any reaction documentaries or anything. I don't feel like.
Okay, I take it back. DSP. Dale has the worst DSP impression. That was terrible, terrible, and it trailed off about 3 words in.
Like reading this shit. I'll scan through it. Basically, the guy was trying to get me to go on this LOL Cow podcast. I'm not an LOL Cow, so this shit's lame as fuck. So I wasn't going to pop on the podcast. So I ignored the DM that was May 9, 2023. As you can see.
On Phil's Throne account, you can send him a soap making kit and add a GIF. If no,
we click on the other one.
Artificial aquarium on his wish list for Jasper. Just get an iPad and put the
And
fish on there, man.
This
What a
is
loser.
June. He hits me again.
No, I'm not going to get stuff for your
Same year.
cat, Phil. That's
So
your
I know You
job.
probably have no interest whatsoever, but my viewers are asking me if I would like to reach out or if I would reach out and play you in a set in Street Fighter 6. I've heard you're pretty much focused on mastering JP. While I've been all over the place making variety content for my viewers, I'd be open to it, but I know you turned me down of any kind of matches with me years ago. Mind you, years ago, right? I mean, I didn't want anything to do with this dude. Didn't want to play him in any games.
Yeah, he
or
likes to
anything.
write these little stories.
All right.
Bendel.
Did I doubt anything has changed? If so, I'm here
These
willing,
sagas.
but no big deal if you're not interested. Now, mind you, obviously I didn't write you back last year. I didn't want to play you years and years ago, and I'm not going to play you. So, let's click on another one.
Okay, let's see some more. Hey, what's this? Can't see it.
So, this is me responding in July before I blocked him. Then I unblocked him to send him this last DM today. So this is July that year. I was like, all right, finally, I'm going to respond to this guy. July last year, I said, stop clout chasing, bro. If you want.
So I want to stop right there with the stop clout chasing thing. It's something that DSP doesn't quite get, and that's also Dale's not very good at articulating this, is that I don't think it's necessarily that DSP is going to take clout from Dale, but it's more that it's going to be a clout-based moment because they're together. And Dale does not share the light with anyone. He is the sole star of any show. So it's that kind of thing as well that probably factors into it. Now, I'm probably giving Dale far more credit. He does actually think he's extremely famous, though it's not. And can't possibly be misconstrued as famous. But I think that it's also just he wants solo billing. That's it. And you can't do a solo billing on multiplayer.
Want to play me in anything is gonna cost you
All-Quarians,
5K.
Artificial.
Now, I
I've
said
never seen
this a
one grow on
year.
a tree.
I
That's a
said
good
this a
point.
year ago is gonna cost them 5K. Did I not? I said stop clout chasing, bro. If you want to play me in
I'll say
anything,
Solar Tank is
it's
really
gonna cost you
Yeah,
5K.
basically.
This is sad
It's a
as fuck.
facsimile.
Stop mentioning me and upgrade your streams. Godspeed. Kept it very simple.
Oh, back to cloud mode.
Now, I told you 5K a year ago. So why the fuck would you drop it? Why are you talking about me?
Streamer ever low T3 roll.
Thank you for the 7
Very
months.
nice.
Why are you
Thank
talking
you.
about me a year later after I already told you
They
last
really
year
are
was
greenlighted.
5 bins for me to play you in anything? I guess the guy thought that I was joking. So when I seen this video in Discord,
Wait, what? Go back to the
I
Power
said,
Rangers
you know
one.
what? Instead of clicking on this, I'm not gonna give it any play on my stream. I'm just going to go to my
Yeah,
DMs
pretty much for the
and
red.
send my last final response and dead this entire
Oh, let's
thing.
see. Let's see.
So this is what I
He
said
typed
today,
a paragraph.
and this is where it ends. All right, the
He
guy's
typed
been
a
begging me for years
paragraph,
to
bro.
play him in video
Holy
games.
shit.
It's never gonna happen. As you guys can see with the DMs, he was begging me last year, ignored him, sent him the Godspeed thing, and said, "Fuck it." Watch the vid. You dropped me 20. Can't
Is he
even
not gonna read
think
it?
about it?
Yeah, I'm going to read it just in case he doesn't. I'm going to let you know one thing. Don't you ever in your life talk money to me. You cannot compete with me in any category in life. I promise you. I shit on you in any category you can possibly think of. This desperate attempt to create some beef to clip farm my name is as pathetic as your whole entire internet presence and demeanor. I shit on you in revenue across the board and have been for years. I do not need your bum ass. You need me. Now stay in that miserable slumber, NPC. You are literally a bum to me. Now share this on your poverty ass stream, weirdo. Remember what I was saying a couple minutes ago? That the worst thing that can happen is a locale is right. And that's right. That's absolutely correct. Every single thing that he wrote there. So DSP, you felt it yourself, dude. Because you let low tier God be right. Bad mistake, man. Because that is it. DSP just wants to ride high on this fame of this upswing that he's getting. And he thought that LTG would be a good stepping stone for it. And he's not down for it. He just does not want to participate in that. And DSP has no real answer for that. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. And furthermore, he did articulate why he didn't want to. And DSP ignored it and then pretended like he figured it out later. And when it comes to the revenue thing, that's not technically correct because Dale is super broke and DSP is super broke. But it's not really even about the money thing. It's about the very clear attempt to try and ride the energy from an LTG DSP crossover, which is kind of true. It would be pretty explosive. I would love watching it. But LTG knows that, so that's why he's shutting it down. And Dale is the master of projection. But it's easy to project it's easy as hell for these two to project on each other because they're both more or less correct about each other. And stay in that miserable slumber, NPC. You're a literal bum to me. I mean, he is a bum. And yeah, I feel like DSP really shouldn't have anything to say about that.
Watch the vid. You dropped me 20.
the
Can't even
guy.
think about it any fucking way. So I said, this is my final shit on this. I don't give a fuck about any responses, anything like that. It's
That's a
just
nice
pitiful
comment.
at
But I
this
know
point.
he's pretty good at it.
Guy's been asking me for years, as you guys can see. He asked me last year.
He
So
was definitely salty when he was
this was my
typing
final
that.
response. I said, I'm going to let you know one thing. Don't ever in your life
I should listen to
talk
it.
money to me. You cannot compete with me in any category in life. I promise you. I shit on you in any category you can possibly think of.
It's really funny. It kind of reminds me of what's his name? Daniel Larson. The Daniel Larson kind of facial position.
This desperate attempt to create some beef to clip farm my name is as pathetic as your
And it is. It's
entire
absolutely
internet
pathetic.
presence and demeanor. I shit on you in revenue across the board and have been for years. I do not need your bum ass. You need me.
That's true.
Now stay in that miserable slumber, NPC. You are literally a bum to me. Now share this on your poverty ass stream, weirdo. Boom, sent it.
Good. Send it right now.
It's just that simple. Like, I'm trying to figure out why is the
Yeah,
nigga
Daniel
talking about
Larson's in
revenue
the
when it
pen,
comes
man.
to me?
He
Like,
did nothing wrong. Free my
we're
boy
not in the
Larson.
we're not in the same space. We don't make the same.
He's got to
you
go
don't
pull
make more
fire
than me.
alarms.
Not that not something I like to flex, but there's no way DSP makes even a fraction of what I make a year. It's a complete joke.
DSP makes a lot of money, and you don't have any.
You have nothing extracurricular going. Like I'm trying to figure out where are people getting this fabrication that somehow.
I want to reiterate something that I said about Dale. Is that Dale is very interested in the visceral nature of language. That's why he says things like extracurricular, because he's drawn to the idea that the more syllables something has, the smarter it is, which for the most part that does tend to work out that way, except that he doesn't realize that sometimes adding extra syllables just changes the word. You know, extra is what he wanted to say, but he needed a couple more syllables on there. So he added curricular because that sounds better. Extracurricular. That's a long ass word. That's a very visceral sounding word. That's smart. Smart people use big words. Well, I mean, I guess Dale's technically correct. Is DSP definitely doesn't do anything extracurricular. He's kind of sedentary.
Oh, I just don't have money. Like
he does this a
I've been
lot.
on the
You'll notice
internet
that
for
Dale
10
does it
years.
more
Why
than
would I
any
be
other
broke?
locale. I think anyway.
Any fucking ways. I don't need to prove to
He's
lame
very
ass niggas that I'm
addicted to
not.
adding
But
extra
I just wanted
syllables.
to say that shit because when it's said in the title,
Big time, big word, exactly.
when it's said at the title that calling me a broke bum is just literally fucking hilarious. Like I said, I could just show something on screen, debunk that.
Exactly, Toxic.
Show something on there, debunk that. Show this, debunk that. But why? I don't got nothing to prove. You're just gonna have to take my fucking word for it. So
Exactly.
to wrap this shit up, I
Whoa, that
posted
looked
this
inappropriate. Good
because
thing we
the
scrolled
guy
past
wants
that.
my attention so fucking bad that the guy went live today.
The guy, yeah, Phil does
And
it too.
put
I should take that back.
My abbreviation.
LTG does it more, I find,
in
than
the title.
than DSP. Yes, you're right, Darkness.
Man,
I shouldn't
this
use
guy's
such
sad.
sweeping
I've seen
statements
that
like that because
DM,
I think
that's gonna
even
be
what's his name, Chris Chan has done it a couple times.
Like I said, 30 bands or nothing, bro. Don't mention me
But
again.
Dale
If you
is
do, I will
addicted
never react
to
to it again. I sent you the last DM.
Spectacle.
If you send
He
me
loves
something,
Spectacle.
He lied about
Even though he
Keem
just
sending-
means to say
offering
spec.
50K. How much did Keem offer him?
You got the 30
I'm curious.
bands.
I mean, spec
Let me know. If not, I don't want to hear nothing else. That's what I'm
percentile.
saying.
Yeah,
Like, I'm telling you, man, the world tries to clout chase off me.
yeah. The world.
I
Me?
wish I
Am I
don't
cloud
get it, but
chasing
I
off
get
you,
it. I'm a
Dale?
hot guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that you could clip farm my name for easy views, so on and so forth.
Go ahead, cloud
Any
chase you,
fucking
Dale.
ways
I
into discussion.
apologize. I didn't mean to.
You said box him? Hey, mods, box this nigga for 2 weeks.
Ack.
Order up. Get this non-sub out of here.
Yeah, over exaggeration is another one that I don't like that Phil keeps saying. Over exaggeration. What
I'm a
you
fair
could just
guy.
say exaggeration.
Mods, untime them real quick. You have 60 Earth seconds
Oh God.
to morph into a gem.
Oh shit.
or
I
a
gotta
cloak.
donate that fast. See, that's what DSP needs to start doing. I love that approach that Dale does because it's scummy, but it kind of circles back to being funny. Oh, you said something negative about me? Well, you better donate in the next 60 seconds or you're banned. I mean, that's a very clear TOS violation, but it's so funny that he does it. I like it. What are we looking at? Jeopardy music? Oh, hey, that's fun. Let's do it. This is donate right now music. Let's play it. More mods, morph as a gym.
It's morphing time.
As opposed to 60 alien seconds. Well, he was just talking about DSP,
Solid,
so
yo, big ups.
yeah, he
That's
kind of
what
had to
I'm talking about.
transition away from
Appreciate that
DSP.
shit.
Lamosala donated $20. Dale, this is your boss from 7-Eleven. You're fired. We caught you too many times stealing
Damn
quarters
it,
from
Dale!
the
You can never
cash
keep a
register.
job.
We don't care if you have to do
You
laundry.
don't have a watch on, Dale. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. Dale's banning segments are funnier.
All right, so to confirm, how much did Keemstar offer Dale then? It wasn't 50K?
I think that's been a minute, at least. At least 60 Earth seconds.
You have money, you scam people, you gonna spend it on burgers?
You got banned? Donate now, a caca.
Order up.
Thank you very much, Greenlight. I love it. Look, man, I guess I'm an asshole, but I find Dale's weird little strong arm tactics are much more amusing than DSP just leaning over and saying, "Oh, we got another fucking idiot. Time to ban this guy. All right, you're gone." We don't get anything like this. This is funny. Just having this extended segment where, all right, let me play some Jeopardy music. You got 60 seconds to hand over some cash. Thank you very much, Greenlight. I appreciate it. It's kind of why I liked it when DSP banned that dude on Street Fighter 6 for saying that the Cammy was good. Or no, I think it was the Luke. Oh, you say that Luke is good? Oh, you're banned. That was good. That was a Dale moment.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret.
What's that?
When I was watching the fights, I had a Red Bull.
Oh. Is that a euphemism? What's happening, Dale? Oh, he's on Going Green, too. What are we doing, Dale? Oh, shit. He's got laser eyes. Watch out. Dale's just shooting up the place with his death beams.
You eating donuts this time of night? That's crazy.
That's funny.
Sugar.
All right, I want to watch a little bit
Red
of this.
Bulls ain't different, bro. It's the same fucking shit.
All right, Dale.
Motherfucker
Dale,
really
you got
talking
this, man.
shit
This
about
game's
fucking
easy.
Donuts. When you literally had Red Bull, it's like literally the same thing.
The death beam, yeah. Beautiful.
Yo, is he really playing like that?
Yeah, that's how he plays fighting games. He spams
Are you
projectiles until you
fucking
die.
kidding me?
Yeah, that's how he plays. He plays the shittiest way possible.
Oh, where the players at? God damn.
Oh, goodbye.
I don't want to play no fucking computer.
All right. Let's play some. Let's play Justin Long.
It's lagging already.
All right, we got K1. All right, we got Juggernaut guy. Very good. We got Mega Man. Let's do it. Mr. Willie? I like your helmet, Dale. It's cool. Where'd you get that? See, DSP was talking all this shit that Dale doesn't have these cool gamer items. Pretty sick.
Of course he's trying to counterpick. It's a stream sniper.
Okay. Yeah, everything's a counterpick to Dale. I guess technically that's true. Hell yeah. Took him out.
That nigga was lagging crazy.
Very cool, Dale. You got this. Oh, this guy sucks. Look at him. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Projectile spam.
For LTG, it's Tuesday.
Optic blast.
This is lame. Yeah, that's what you get for cheesing, dude.
Yep. Oh, he's gonna rage quit.
People are really purposely trying to stream snipe me.
Well, there's only one way to get out of there. You gotta shoot your own projectiles. What the hell's wrong with you? What the hell is even happening on screen? It's too much shit. Shooting a bunch of lasers. Alright, jumping around with our robot guy.
Yeah, if he loses, he's definitely gonna rage quit.
Oh, definitely.
100% he is.
Oh yeah. Damn, didn't hit. Optic blast. Do some more laser shit. Oh hell yeah. Combo off on his ass.
Rage quit. Rage quit.
Oops. Shit. Cable, no! Oh no, Hyper Viper Beam or whatever it's called. Cyclops, stop it! Alright, we got this. Cable him up.
Hyper Viper Beam.
Ah, damn, he hit him. Yeah, Dale's in trouble. Alright, Dale, you got this. Lock it in with a Juggernaut. Come on, Dale, you got this. Come on, fool.
That laugh, bro.
No, it doesn't do anything.
That laugh funny as hell.
I believe Cable's definitely the top tier, dude. I don't know about
Rage
Cyclops.
quit, Dale. Good job, man. Good job. Good shit. Good rage quit.
Very good, Dale.
I'll hide my Q again. It's only.
Alright, well, I guess that'll be it for covering those two dudes. What's DSP doing tomorrow? He's playing WWE Champions, right? Man. But yeah, I'm going to catch up on the other things hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully DSP has a pretty quiet morning stream. Probably not, though. He's probably going to flip out and start screaming about Dale again. That was very obnoxious. All of that. DSP and Dale going against each other. It is very entertaining to me because I love both of these dudes as lolcows. So seeing them go at each other's throats and essentially destroy themselves in the process, that's always good stuff. But yeah, I think the part about the whole DSP's debunking of Dale's criticisms, the part that really frustrated me the most is that Dale was pretty clear about why he didn't want to do this initially. DSP just ignored it and then later on chastises him for not telling him. DSP just doesn't listen. He doesn't have the capacity to actually interpret information that's coming at him. We saw that with the Joon the King interview. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Go into my next statement. I guess because he's never really been in a position where he had to listen to people. Anyway, DSP LTG shipping win. It might be at the end of the year. That'd be a really cool season finale. You know, and think of Bam Margera's Unholy Union. Yeah. But thank you everyone for stopping by and catching up on the Dale and DSP lore and the Agent Proper interview. Again, big shout out to Agent Proper. Beautiful interview. And I'm glad he asked what kind of dinner he had. What did I have for dinner? I had buckwheat and chicken. And I will be back tomorrow. I plan to restream DSP, whatever he's talking about, whatever he's going to be playing, probably WWE Champions. And then I'll probably restream him Wednesday. And I've got Going Green this Friday with Snood. And like I said, last he had said it was possibly going to be a Metal Gear Solid thing. But either way, I'm stoked to sell. So I hope you all have a great time. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed your extra dose of DSP content. Have a great day, everyone. And what was the thing we learned here today? We learned that DSP really self-felted by letting Dale be right. Oh, I'm sure DSP still sees it as a win. Take care, everyone. Have a great night.
Y'all have a great, safe, blessed day. You know what? I'm going to end this video on a really good, highly vibrational note.
Oh shit, I forgot to mention something. I'll mute Chris Chan here real quick. In my channel, there's a link to a new YouTube channel. And it's called The Internet Asylum. And I feel like it's pretty appropriate because we have Chris Chan here. It's going to be the channel that me and Mbode are going to start doing some content on. And we're going to be discussing other lolcows and besides DSP. And our first episode will be airing next week. At least that's the plan. So give it a subscribe if you want, or if you want to wait until it's content worth watching, you can do that too. Thank you again, everyone.
You're worthless to me. You guys don't support me financially. You don't support me in a positive way. You don't encourage me to do great things. You don't fucking support me. So why should I support you and give you motherfucking assholes the right to say whatever the fuck you want? You don't get that fucking privilege. I won't let you have that fucking privilege. You want an opinion on this channel? Then donate some money. Put up with shut up. You want the right to talk on this channel? You want privileges? Then start paying my bills, motherfucker. Until you start paying my fucking bills, then you don't have the right, you don't have the privilege or the authority to say whatever the fuck you want on my fucking channel. Because I won't give you the privilege. Because if you're not supporting me monetarily, then you're fucking worthless to me.
Take care and be blessed, all of you. And may you find great light, power, and goodness within yourselves and redeem yourselves and just get out of the toxic minority. Period. Be with the majority and be good.
Get a 60-day supply of the planet.
No? You know what? I'm gonna say somebody in Russia just died, and another just died with that second gunshot. Somebody really toxic. Maybe Putin died by his own sword. Anyway. We have cleared the air. Everything is good. All of you take care and have a blessed, safe day and night.